Shout out Gouch Merlot, man. Gouch Merlot in the building, man. Gouch Merlot. Wow. Salute to everybody out there. Uh, Salute. What's happening, man? Shout out Road Nation, Jeremy O'Brien, KB Killer, Sean Cronin. We in here, man. We in this beer. Shout out to Pamela Henderson, man. Pamela Henderson. Salute to Pamela Henderson, man. Shout out to the homie, man. Yeah, man. It was 1 year, a couple years, man. Actually, but I live streamed every damn day for the year. I'm talking about every damn year. I mean, every damn day. Oh, yeah, man, homie. Homie out here. He said I never fell asleep. Yeah, I didn't used to fall asleep back in the days, man. Back in the day, I didn't used to fall asleep at all. I would be up. I would. I started that like last year, falling asleep. I I would be doing 5 hour live streams every night and never fall asleep. Maybe fall asleep like twice a year, something like that. Shout out to everybody out here, man. Shout out to M626, man. Well, I was the Iron Man, man. I was the Iron Man, yo. We gonna get it cracking though, man. Um, uh oh, uh oh. After the baby was born, yeah. After the baby was born, I started getting, yeah, man. That's true, man. Two kids, man. Two kids is no joke, man. Two kids is no joke. Yeah. love my love my little homie though, man. My little son, man. That's my little dude, man. He just a little guy, man. Love that boy, man. Yeah, man. His birthday, man. He where's he at, man? Let me see if I can find a good picture of him, man. Is it on this phone? Damn, he let me find y'all a good picture of him, man. That's my little homie. That's my man. Every time he see me, he light up. Every time he see me, he be excited. He be happy to see me. He be so happy to see me. He be like, "Oh, what's he like?" His eyes be like, "What's up, man? Where you been at?" His eyes be like, "What's good? What's cracking, nigga?" That's what his eyes say when he see me. Yo, what's up? What's cracking? This is a good picture of him, man. This is a good picture. Let me show you a good picture of him. This is a good picture of him right here. My man. He'd be like, "Yo, what's cracking?" Oh wow, I was gifted a free membership to the wow, that's awesome. Um, uh, there you go. Yeah, that's a good picture of him right there. That's a good picture of him right there. That's him right there. Yes, my little homie, man. Shout out to Parker, man. Parker said, "What's next?" That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, yeah, man. He be like, he be like, when he see me, he be happy, man. I see him, I be happy. Get me out of this car seat, man. Get me out of this car seat, man. That's my dude, man. Um, we got a great show for you guys tonight, man. A great show. You heard me? A great show. Everybody hit that like button, man. We shouldn't even have to say that, man. Yeah, that's my boy, man. very photogenic, man. Both my kids, they love the camera, man. My daughter, she love the camera. My daughter, she natural taking pictures, man. I'll show y'all a picture of her next episode. Yeah. You sit there. Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. He the heir to everything, man. Make sure y'all support the channel, man. He the heir to y'all super chats and y'all PayPals and y'all cash apps, man. Shout out to Parker taking the $7 challenge, man. He said he looked like a brown skin. He said better get him dirty shit before he get to taste it though. You know, kids gonna be who they gonna be. You gotta give them a chance to be who they gonna be before you know what I'm saying, start molding them. He ain't even started talking yet. He just started walking. So y'all want the Blair Witch basement? This is the basement. I got it remodeled, man. I got the brick wall put up there, man, over them studs, man. Man. But yeah, salute to my little son, man. Salute to him, man. Um, let's see what's going on his app. Shout out to him, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, PN. Yeah, he makes me very happy. So you gonna teach him sports? Yeah, if you want, yeah, definitely. I'm teaching him everything I know, man. Everything I know, man. Eric, you know what, man? He just I've learned just take it one day at a time, man. I just take it one day at a time. Take tomorrow's tomorrow, and the next day is the next day. You can plan forward, don't get me wrong, but you gotta take it all one day at a time, man. One day at a time. When I get too far ahead of myself, I always gotta remember to slow it down and take it one day at a time, 1 hour at a time. What you doing now? Teaching boxing. Yeah, he just started hitting. He's hit his sister the other day, man. He gonna be big though. I can tell. He gonna be a big boy, man. He gonna be bigger than me. He gonna be tall and big. Justin, a judge has enjoined President Trump's effort to block federal funds from going forward. Grant recipients who engage in DEI going towards grant recipients that engage in DEI practices. The judge says the orgs are likely to succeed on claims that this is viewpoint discrimination, among other issues. So they going after everything, Trump, man. Wow. They trying to say Trump can't stop DEI. Wow. They got a lot of activist judges out here, man. Wow. So they trying to keep everything, man. They trying to hold on to DEI, man. They trying to hold on to DEI. Everybody hit that like button for me, man. Take the $7 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, and Super Chat. I'm trying to find a longer version, man. Trump went on. He took this lady's head off, man. But it's better to hear the whole version of Trump going at this lady, man, than to hear just a little bit. Um, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Uh, uh, no one can be you but you. Check this out. No one can be you but you. Uh,
2 weeks ago, I signed an executive order banning men from playing in women's sports. Many Democrats are fighting me on that. I hope you continue because you'll never win another race. And it's just crazy. If you look at what happened with the boxing, if you look at what happened with the weightlifting numbers, where a record that hadn't been broken for 19 years got shattered. But, they put up an eighth of an ounce here, an eighth of an ounce there, and it's 218 pounds or whatever was that. And hadn't been broken in 19 years. And then guy walks up who transitioned. He transitioned and he knocked out that record by about 100 pounds. That will be a record not going to be broken again in a longer. So we put a ban on it, and to protect women. I mean, the women, if you watch the Olympics, you had two transitioned people that were fighting in the women's boxing. They have women's boxing category. And if you saw that, it was brutal. What happened to the Italian woman was a really good boxer. After one punch, she said, no, no more, no more. I've never been hit. It was a left. It was not even it was just a left jab. She got hit so hard, she said, I can't do it. They forced her to go out. No, go out again. You'll do it. Goes out again, gets hit again. No, that's it. She didn't want to die. And it's crazy, but the NCAA has complied immediately, by the way. That's good. But I understand Maine. Is the Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Down here,
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state has a responsibility to comply with Title IX. They have an obligation, a legal obligation, and we'll be enforcing aggressively, and we're going to be protecting our citizens.
wow. Listen. Why do women want men to play? Why do women want men to play sports against them? They can't beat us, man. Y'all can't beat us. Shout out to Nate Ways, aka Ricky Henderson, getting the ball rolling, man. You missed the show the other day, man. We did your city in Nate Ways. We did Pontiac, man. Your ex-girlfriend from Pontiac, man, and her kids, man. We did that story the other day, man. Women are stupid, man.
You in court, President Trump just laid the smackdown on Maine's Governor Janet Mills and right to her face for defying his executive order preventing trans athletes from competing in girls and women's sports. Watch.
I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine?
Down here,
Are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
Well, we are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you.
See, this is the thing. You're not supposed to talk to women like this, man. Most presidents would handle a woman with a little bit more finesse or, a little bit more gentility or Trump be talking to them bitches. He treat them just like men, man. He talked to women. He's actually treated her. He gave her equality. He spoke to her the same way he would have spoken to a man. And a lot of women, that turns them off. They don't want to be spoken to the same way as you would speak to a man. He wasn't rude to her. He spoke to her the same way you speak to a man. He treated her equally, man. He gave her equality.
Where your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Just hours after that dust-up at the governor's meeting, the Department of Education announcing a new Title IX investigation into Maine over the boys and girls in sports.
Immediately, man. He ain't waste no time. He didn't waste no time.
Because I don't think you'll be in elected politics.
Just hours after that dust-up at the governor's meeting, the Department of Education announcing a new Title IX investigation into Maine over the boys and girls in sports issue. It could result in Maine losing $250 million in annual federal funding. Judge, it's funny, you go to a nice luncheon with a bunch of other governors and then bam, right in the face.
Well, it shouldn't have been a surprise because when Joe Biden left office, he tried to change Title IX. And he tried to add the transgender identity as being a basis for discrimination. And so a federal judge has since vacated that, and the president has issued an executive order. And this should not be a surprise to any Democrat because the country, in incredible numbers, I don't know what the stats are, but the country is against men in women's sports. Everybody knows that a transgender is at a physical advantage over girls, okay, if you're playing in a girls' sport. So the president's saying you're going to jeopardize $250 million in federal funding, and she's going to say, well, I'm following federal law and state law. Who cares what the state law said? The federal law has supremacy on this issue. It's federal money, okay, and she's going to lose. And it's stupid of her, as far as I'm concerned, to say, well, with the federal law supports us. No, you're stupid. It doesn't.
Jessica, Maine's a poor state. Losing $250 million over something like this just seems dumb.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. I took it that Governor Mills was also talking about the anti-discrimination laws that exist and that she'll have to abide by them. And we'll see. That was my expectation, that then this would happen immediately and there would be funding on the table and it'll play out. But the problem with some of these executive orders as it pertains to gender is that gender is a lot more complicated than they would have you believe. Like
No, it's not. You're either a boy or a girl. You're either a boy or a girl. It's not complicated. You're either a boy or you're a girl. It's never been complicated. It's never been complicated until recently. You're either a boy or you're a girl. Okay? And yes, there's hermaphrodites and shit like that. But let's stop acting like every third kid is born. No. Well, every 10 kids is, like, out of 10 kids is a hermaphrodite. No. Those people are very, very rare. But it's funny. It's not. It is not complicated. You're either a boy or you're a girl. You're either a boy or you're a girl. End of story.
From the beginning, if you were born a boy,
Hold on.
if you were born a boy, are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine. Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies. Yes, sir. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is. Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girls are girls right from the start. If you were born a girl, you stay a.
Yeah, man. This shit ain't controversial, man. Ma'am.
And there would be funding on the table and it'll play out. But the problem with some of these executive orders as it pertains to gender is that gender is a lot more complicated than they would have you believe. Like, one of Trump's lawyers was in court with this federal judge, Judge Reyes, and said, there's men and there's women. It's just about male and female. And the judge said that's actually biologically incorrect, that there are 30 examples of types of intersex people. So not everyone is XX.
Well, what does that
It's
mean?
not
What is that?
intersex. Well, you say it.
You have both.
No. XY and XX. There's no other combination. You're either XY or XX. There's no other combination. There's no XXY, XXXY, YZ. You're either XX or XY.
You have both?
It's such a rare exception. It doesn't even.
That's
It does.
exactly
It,
the point. It's just like the transgenders trying to compete. There's like 1%.
I'm not
So
denying that. I think it's less-
why force girls across this
I'm not
country
trying to.
have to be in
I
a bathroom?
I
So
have-
just admit it's illegal, it's wrong, and the public doesn't
Well,
want
that's not what you would be admitting by saying, like, illegal doesn't mean
it. For
illegal wrong.
200,000 years have been men and women. Now we got 3,
I'm
4,
just saying
20.
that
No,
you
30.
have to
We have
consider 30 types. The point is that you can't just make a generalized sweeping law that would exclude people who do exist. You have to make sure that there's some place for them
But
in this
not
conversation.
to the
I'm not asking about
disadvantage
transgender.
of women.
I have never said that I thought that transgender women should play in women's sports. I'm saying that some of
Okay.
these executive orders on gender are more complicated than the administration thinks, and then they show up in court and they don't even know about intersex
Get
people.
some of the other genders in here, Greg.
well, first of all, the idea of gender being fluid and not male female was a sweeping decision made by many politicians without any science. But I want to talk about that amazing moment with the governors. With the Trump presidency, every morning is like the day after Halloween. I wake up and I have a big bag of candy waiting for me, and I have to slow down because I'm going to throw up before breakfast. I can't stop. I mean, I love this. And also what that does, is it forces the discussion beyond the, I hate to use the phrase again, load-bearing phrase, transphobic. So generally what would happen is you would go like, men saying that their women should not be in women's sports. And you go, well, that's transphobic. And then everybody go, ooh, better shut down. Now you go, no. You have to explain to me why. You have to tell me why that should be allowed. Then you can get into the argument. Well, there's this 0.000000000% who are intersectional. And he goes, well, that's great. I would call that the tyranny of the minority. That you would change all these rules for 0.0000000 of the population. This is something the left does all the time. What about this exception? What about that? The Maine governor is a typical example of this old female progressive who puts men who say they're women above actual women. Their compassion is gained. They're terrified of not being virtuous. It's weird that when I compare myself to her, I'm the feminist. I'm arguing on behalf of authentic, safe spaces for women. Safe spaces that she would willingly sacrifice because she doesn't.
Hit the like button, man. Take the $7 challenge. Hit the like button. Take the $7 challenge. Support the show.
Want to appear as, in her world, transphobic. She's a coward. She's an absolute coward. I loved every minute of it.
And Greg doesn't want to be a feminist. You're forcing him to be a feminist.
That is true.
Yeah, well,
against his will.
I hate it.
You could join Trudeau. He's the ultimate feminist in his own words, self-declared. Look, the left may find gender complicated, but the American people do not. A Washington Post poll from 2023 found 34% think that biological men should be in women's sports. 34%, right? Okay, so that's 2023. Well, fast forward to Trump his executive order on this. 63% approve, according to Marquette. So why is the left choosing to die on the hill of a 70-30 issue? Go read the New York Times Undecided Voters. I'm just going to quote 2 sentences. I shocked myself when I voted for Trump. No one tell my family. I think I became radicalized, was the word she used, on the issue of men and women's sports. That ad said Kamala represents they, them, Trump represents you. That was so compelling. So die on the hill of this issue, Janet Mills. You walked into a brunch, you weren't expected to be called out, but this man's standing on a mountaintop of 70%.
He ate her brunch.
Yes, he did.
That was great. It's a tough block test. Fastest is up next.
2 weeks ago, I signed.
Shout out to Trump, man. Let's get a Jasmine Crockett, man. Jeez, this bitch. Oh my God, where do you start with this chick, man?
Texas Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett continues to blast Donald Trump and his co-president Elon Musk. Today, she was on The View and shut down former Donald Trump aide Alyssa Farah Griffin, who confronted her with Donald's approval ratings.
For all of the criticisms that exist of Donald Trump, he right now has a 53% approval rating. It's higher than it's ever been. 70% believe that he's fulfilling his promises, and 45% believe Democrats should be more moderate. What do you take away? I think there's a lot to make of those numbers. What's your takeaway from that?
My takeaway is just like the election. We've got to do better at education. People don't understand, but you will understand when those hospitals in rural America start closing down even more. You will understand when you don't have your Social Security. You will understand when your Medicaid, your Medicare goes away. You will understand as planes continue to fall out of the sky. Soon you will understand why it's important to maybe have somebody that isn't loud and ridiculous, and maybe Sleepy Joe is what we wanted because we could at least sleep at night.
Yeah.
On Tuesday, she was on MSNBC and explained to Ali Velshi why the midterms are critically important to keep Elon Musk from getting richer and raping and pillaging the American people.
A lot of people are talking about, you know what, we just are looking forward to the midterms. We only need 3 more seats. I'm sure everybody's tired of getting emails, text messages, phone calls, trying to raise money. But the reality is that we have an opportunity right now. I know that a lot of people look at these seats that are available, which there's going to be a total of 3, and they say these are deep red seats. Mm-hmm. But here's the thing. We saw that in the state of Iowa, they swung a seat 27 points so that a Democrat could win. I say we have nothing to lose. We need to go out. We need to talk to those people that finally understand that the only mission that Donald Trump has is making sure that he can line his pockets, line Elon's pockets, and any other billionaire, all at our expense. It's not just going to be the people you dislike that are going to miss out on their Medicare, Medicaid, or their Social Security. Or down in the state of Florida, where 2 of these seats are, they are talking about getting rid of FEMA. It is time to wake up, and it doesn't mean that you're a Democrat if you vote Democratically.
So this is where I want to get to. Who's the audience to swing some of these states? Is it progressives who understand that their priorities are being crushed, or is it people who voted Republican to whom you say you didn't vote for this, did you? Exactly. You didn't vote for Elon Musk and a guy named Big Balls to have your documentation.
Yeah.
How does that message get out there in a way that entire audience hears it?
I think that you're right. Definitely the entire audience. I just don't know how many progressives exist in Matt Gaetz' former district, right? But I do think that there are farmers in that district, farmers that are concerned because they rely upon monies as it relates to USAID and other monies that are.
I would be shocked if she didn't have a big butt, though. If she had a flat butt, I would be shocked, man. Does anybody know that? Does anybody know if Jasmine Crockett got a big butt, man? I'm just asking, man. She got big butt energy, man. Even though I can't stand her, man. I would be shocked, man. Does anybody know that, man? We want to know, man. We want to know. America wants to know, man. With all that mouth you got, if you got all that damn mouth, you got to have a big butt, man. Let me see. Let me see something. Oh, yeah, I think she do, man. I think she do, man. I think she do got, the hair being fake, all that stuff is brothers don't care about none of that stuff, man. Brothers don't care about no hair being fake, man. Y'all niggas is crazy, man. These some nigga care about somebody's hair being fake. You can't be that fucking crazy, are you? You think a brother's like, man, fuck the shit out of her hair fake? Oh, hell no. Nah. Oh, shit, her hair fake? Zip. Let me zip back up and get out of here. Y'all really like that crazy? Only dudes on the internet talk about shit like that, man. Niggas in real life don't talk about shit like that. That's like internet talk. And I'm not saying that it's not. I'm not saying that it's, it's not valid. But it's internet talk. In real life, they ain't talking about no shit like that. Don't give a fuck about no shit like that. Her hair's fake. Okay, fine. So what? All their hair fake. All of them. Like most of them you run into gonna have fake hair. Yeah, I think she got a big butt, man. I think so, man. I think she got. From what I seen, man, I could from the full body pictures I seen, I think she do got a big butt, man. She kind of hides it. She kind of hides it. She kind of hides it. It's hard to tell, but from the little clips I seen, from the little She doesn't do the. She doesn't. I think she is smart. She's smart enough to not take them booty pictures where the chicks always the chick is got the facing her back facing the camera and she looking over her shoulder. She don't take no pictures like that. So I give her credit enough for that, man. But with all that damn mouth, you gotta have a big butt, man. Very rarely do you see. Let me see. This is the only picture I could find, and of her from the side. So it looked like she got a big butt, man. Just judging from that, in the way she looked like she not need and pigeon toed. Black dudes like that too, man. Black dudes crazy, man. They like it. They like when chicks is pigeon toed or not need, man. I don't know what it is, man. Black dudes like that too, man. Especially the hood ones. The hood niggas, they like, oh man, she pigeon toed, man. She not need, man. She used to be chubby. Nah, she just got a big old mouth, man. And when a black chick got a big old mouth like that, man, it's usually because they got a big butt. Because they used to be treated like royalty and shit. They used to be treated like they special. They used to be treated like they special. You know what I mean? And if you got a big butt in the black community, you're going to get treated like you special. You'll be arrogant and shit. Press one.
Are now being dismantled, and it means that you may lose your family farm. It may be bought up by a corporate organization. And so I think just having very real conversations, we've seen people who have talked about, well, we don't want you firing the people at the VA, or maybe it's somebody that has to fly all the time and they're concerned because we have a record number of planes literally falling out of the sky because he decided he was going to appoint some guy from Fox to be over transportation. But at the end of the day, there were those that never believed that we could end up with 2 senators in the state of Georgia, and we did. There were those that never believed we could have a Democrat representing Alabama, and in that special election, we did. So I think if there's any point in time that the people should rise up and figure out where should I focus my attention, it's on these special elections, and it's having real conversations on the doors with real people.
Yeah, midterms is going to be very, very interesting, man. If the Republicans going, I don't think the Republicans. This Trump and Elon, they playing the game the way that Democrats play it. Traditional Republicans would definitely lose the midterms. Like, they just awful at politics. But Trump and Elon, they seem to be different. I don't know. We'll see. Trump and Elon, they seem to be different. They hardliners. You win midterms by being hardliners. You don't win midterms by being conciliatory and seeing it from all sides and trying to work together and shit. No, you gotta be a hardliner. You gotta bring out your base, man.
Talking about what's really happening and not the lies that they're putting out there.
That nigga's so
Zachary,
sassy.
I take you like what you heard there.
No, he's so sassy.
I love it every time. I'm so thankful to have.
Yo, he's so sassy, man. Look at this
thing out there.
Zachary, I take you like what you heard there.
I love it every time. I'm so thankful to have the Crockett Chronicles. She is speaking absolute truth and she's spitting pure fire. And that is exactly what we need to see from more of our Democratic.
See, this is the typical black man you gonna meet in the world, man. You're not gonna meet Brandon Tatum in the world. You never gonna meet, listen, you never gonna meet a Brandon Tatum. You're never gonna meet a black conservative perspective. You never gonna meet a Tommy Sotomayor. You never gonna meet a Jason Whitlock. You're never gonna meet those guys in real life. The odds of you meeting them are so slim that you'll never meet them. a person like them. Even black people that are like them, who don't have like platforms and shit, channels and shit, they don't talk like that. So you wouldn't even know if you was in the room with one of them. This is the typical nigga.
Leaders. But beyond that, we need to see them messaging in a way that is fresh, that is innovative, and that's reaching the people. And that's what Jasmine is doing continuously. That's the level of education that the candidate that we had talked about earlier about we need more education. That is the...
Yeah, but you're more likely to meet an angry man than you could meet an angry man because he kind of like represent a brother that's like hood or something like that, but got some conservative values. But even that is so rare because the guys like this, the middle class HBCU type guy like this, he's the degreed up black guy. He's Democrat like 100% of the time. The nigga who been in a little trouble in his life, got a little past and whatnot, but still, was smart, but, was just being a jackass in his younger days. And, kind of settled down later on in life. You might find like maybe 80% of them are going to still be Democrats. 80% of them still going to be Democrats.
The education that we need to have out there. And those are the kind of people we need continuously on the rapid response. Jasmine can't do it all. She can't do it by herself, and she can't reach every single American voter who needs that messaging. But there are people in Congress who are being underutilized that we need to see being put in the forefront.
Joy?
Let me tell you, I have been saying it every time I talk about her on this show. Rinse and repeat. We need that kind of fire from so many Democrats. It doesn't have to be every one of them. People do it differently. But when people see Jasmine Crockett, they know she is fighting for them, and she does so brilliantly, right? She understands the rules. She understands the subject matter, the policy, but she does it in a way that...
She understands the rules. She understands. Yo, this is laughable, man.
That communicates, but she does it in a way that communicates in a normal way to normal.
By being a hood rat, by being a fucking caricature of a hood rat.
Humans in a way that shows passion. That's what we're missing. That's what we're looking for. And everyone can appeal to that. And so to me, I just want more of that. I mean, frankly, I don't think the Democratic Party made the right choice in how it's, currently set up. It used to be they had sort of two leaders, right? One that was political and would be out there talking, a forward-facing person, and the one that was just sort of dealing with the party politics in the background. I think we may need to, bring back that kind of bifurcated leadership.
Whoa. What are you talking about? Whoa. Hold up, Joe. They do have that. What do you?
No, they don't have that. They do not have the Democratic Party. The DNC itself is not the same two-headed monster it used to be.
So what do you mean? Okay, explain. What do you mean?
There, it was so.
She got happy. She got happy and started running her mouth, and now, motherfucking, she got happy. She said one wrong word. She stepped one step to the right. She looked to the right. And the rest of the panel just went cold on her instantly. Press 1.
Whoa. Hold up, Joe. They do have that. What do you?
That's what we're missing. That's what we're looking for. And everyone can appeal to that. And so to me, I just want more of that. I mean, frankly, I don't think the Democratic Party made the right choice in how it's, currently set up. It used to be they had sort of two leaders.
Uh-oh. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say Democrats, they hardliners. All of them are hardliners. You rarely find a Republican that's a hardliner. All Democrats are hardliners. She said, I don't think they did the right thing here. And they just turned on her like that. Press 1.
frankly, I don't think the Democratic Party made the right choice in how it's, currently set up. It used to be they had sort of two leaders, right? One that was political and would be out there talking, a forward-facing person, and the one that was just sort of dealing with the party politics in the background. I think we may need to, bring back that kind of bifurcated
Whoa,
leadership.
whoa, whoa! What are you
That's
talking about? Whoa!
how
Well, hold up, Joe. They do have that. What do you?
No, they don't have that. They do not have the Democratic Party. The DNC itself is not the same two-headed monster it used to be.
So what do you what do you mean? Okay, explain.
When
What do you mean?
There, it was so. Hold on. When I was there.
She in trouble now. She in trouble now. She might not ever be back on the show. Salute, man. Take the $7 challenge, support the channel. Shout out to my man, Eric S. Nation Hall of Famer coming through once again. He says, "Pigeon toed is how black chicks stand in the club. They know what some men like. They know what some men like that shit." Oops.
Hold on. When I was there, it was like two chairs, right? You had someone who was sort of the outward-facing public person, and then someone who did the work.
Who was that?
Behind the scenes. So to me.
No. Who was that?
So
Rolling on play. No Democrat slander will be tolerated. This ain't no. Well, both parties are bad. Both parties are bad. I mean, the problem. I'm a lifelong Democrat, but I didn't like this about the Democrat Party. No. We taking a hard line on everything. You with us or you a racist? Press 1. You with us or you a racist? You with us or you Uncle Tom? That's it.
So at the time it was, oh my God, I can't.
You with us on everything too. Cutting children's wee-wees off. Snatching babies out the womb, not having a border, no jail time for carjacking. You with everything, or you a racist and an Uncle Tom.
It was like a boring guy that was inside, and then there was a governor who was out, who was the external person. I believe it was the governor who was an external white guy. My point is, one person was a communicator and one person was behind the scenes.
Okay, but here's what I don't understand. Here's what I understand. Really? Here's what I'm confused. You just had an election and they elected a chair. They got multiple vice chairs. So
yeah,
you got
those vice chairs are not the people that are going to be the public facing voice of the Democratic Party.
Why not? Like first,
Jasmine.
Okay, so let me hold up.
She's an elected official. She is someone who knows how to communicate. She is someone.
Yeah, but you could go back to praising Jasmine Crockett, but you done already fucked up, bro. You done already fucked up. Don't try to jump back on Jasmine Crockett's.
Someone who brings her own press. She is someone who understands how to communicate to the American people. We need that. It's not a knock on everyone. Everyone has a different skill.
Okay, hold up. So this is what I'm looking at right here. Kim Martin is the chair. Raina Walters Morgan is the vice chair for civic engagement. Wait. Raina is vice chair for civic engagement and voter participation. Malcolm Kenyatta, vice chair, hell of a communicator. Artie Blanco, vice chair. David Hogg, vice chair, hell of a communicator. Jason Ray, secretary. Yep. Virginia McGregory, treasurer. Chris Corge, national finance chair. Jane Cleave, ASDC president. You got Chuck Schumer. You got Hakeem Jeffries. Yeah. So it's not like you don't have communicators there. And so it's not. And again, that's
Jasmine Crockett, like AO.
No, but she's not. But Joy, they're members of Congress. They're not DNC.
Yeah, we need, listen, nobody, the American people don't know who those people are. I'm sorry on this one.
Wait. No, I'm confused. Okay.
No, I know.
Malcolm Kenyatta does a ton of media. He's an elected official in Pennsylvania.
Malcolm Kenyatta is a nut job. He too far to the left, man.
So I'm trying to understand.
Let me get to. We'll go to him later, but let me get to Jasmine Crockett. What she said that was controversial, man. Everybody hit that like button, man. Smash that like, man. We about to get into the funky stuff soon, man. These sun turds out here, these YNs out here taking everybody's coats. So this is Jasmine Crockett. Look at her little wig, man. Her wig all jacked up, man. Her lace front, man. Come on, Jasmine. You can't come on TV with your lace over the front. She was in a rush, man. I don't know how they be doing that stuff, man.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID. That was done by a Democratic House. And
what the fuck? That ain't what she just said, you moron.
Now, President Trump says he likes the idea of giving some of the savings from Doge back to Americans as kind of a dividend. Would you support that?
Listen, he's just telling a lie. He's not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID. That was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only reason that those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through again. We had a once in a lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola, unfortunately, was detected right here in New York here recently. And if we continue down this road of getting...
There was one case of Ebola in New York City. One case. One case of Ebola. Probably from your open borders, chick. Y'all let anybody in the goddamn country. She trying to. This chick is so nutty, man. She's absolutely out of her goddamn gourd, man. If you want to come up, man, link is in the description, man. Link is in the description, man. She nuts, man.
Getting rid of once in a lifetime pandemic. The bad part is that I don't know if it's once in a lifetime because we know that Ebola, unfortunately, was detected right here in New York here recently. And if we continue down this road of getting rid of scientists or deciding that we don't want to rely on experts as it relates to what they're telling us to do, or we don't want to deal with vaccines and medicine in this country, then we may be facing not only our next pandemic, but our next 2-3.
Shit, everybody gets their vaccines, man. My kids still getting vaccines, but it's that damn COVID vaccine. That's the one that people don't want, man. Everybody get their kids their shots. Most people, very rarely is a person not getting their kids their shots. Most people, I don't know anybody who didn't get their kids their shots. Those time-tested vaccines for all that chicken pox and polio and all that shit. I don't know anybody who hasn't gotten their kids those shots. That fucking COVID vaccine that was, experimental and rushed, people don't want that. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, KB.
Yeah, her fear-mongering over Ebola is just nuts. Like, she probably has no idea what Ebola actually is. She just knows it's a disease. But,
yeah,
I mean, there's people watching this who are going to flip out. Like, it's just an irresponsible thing to do.
Yeah, very irresponsible, man. Very, very, very irresponsible, man. It's crazy, man. Wow. Salute Pantheon in the building. Shout out to Eric S. Man. He says, I'm almost 45 years old. I'm stronger than every woman who works out at Planet Fitness, and it's not even close. Imagine being prime against a girl shaking my. This is the thing that I just don't understand. I'm sure this chick is for men playing women's sports too. I know she is. This chick is for too. I want to get into the thing she said about the $5,000 not being a big thing. Yo, bitches, you crazy?
5,000?
Yeah,
That's the number.
Yeah, that's. She said we, people don't need it. Like it's no big deal, man. Hold on.
Not the one that had anything to do with the $1,200 refunds that people had during the midst of COVID that was done by a Democratic House and Democratic Senate. Right now, what they're going to do is say, hey, we want to give you a refund, but Congress won't let us because they already know that there's just no money for that. The only reason that those refunds came before was because we were living in different times. This was a time in which hopefully we won't ever go through.
Hold on, let me get the here we go right here.
We are not in the business of giving out money. And honestly, I don't know what $5,000 will do for you.
You don't know what $5,000 would do for you.
It should be over. Her career should be over after saying something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that is unforgivable. But she's a sister. She's a sister, so she's a woman. So it's like I don't know. People don't really take this. People don't judge this the way you should judge it. What do you mean $5,000 will do for you? $5,000 is a lot of fucking money, man. When did $5,000 not become a lot of money? Like, when did that happen? I know we in a inflation and whatnot. It's not as much money. $5,000 is literally like $4,000. Last year, probably, yeah, $5,000. I mean, 6,000, whatever. $5,000 now will get you what $4,000 got you last year.
Hey, this is totally, well, not totally irrelevant, but I went to McDonald's and it was $9 for an egg muffin sandwich.
Yeah. Sure is. I went to McDonald's the other day. Yeah, I got that. I got the egg McMuffin sandwich too. The biscuit. I get.
I didn't eat it. I left.
Oh, the sausage biscuit, man. That's my shit, man. Sausage biscuit with a hash brown. That shit like, goddamn, drug, man.
F vaccines.
Yeah. Hold it down for me. I'll be right back.
Good morning. So I'm wondering if we change.
What's up, Pantheon?
Morning. So
Salute.
I'm wondering if we change the Social Security repayment to 5,000 and call it reparations. Would she feel the same way? Would £5,000, dollars be too little?
Yo, somebody needs to.
Not enough. Not even close.
Somebody needs to punch her in the face, yank that weave off, and snatch some eyelids off. Or not eyelids, eyelashes off. She has no clue what she's talking about. I don't even know how she made it this far. Like, oh, she's the worst. I can't stand her. Her and that chick, what's her name? Ayana, who?
Ooh, yeah, she's rough.
One. Oh, my
Just
God.
rough to look at, too.
Well, I mean, it's obvious
Listen,
how they make it.
So-called black people, if you on here, these people are your enemies. These are your enemies. They're your enemies.
Hey, Philly, you said fuck vaccines?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. But I don't have kids, so it's not like I've looked into these kind of things.
Yeah, I've never had any. From my story, and I'm more than sure you've heard in the past, I was brought up, a different way. I'm sorry. My daughter, she doesn't have any vaccines. She was born at home. Listen, she's never even had so much as a cold yet. Me, I can't even tell you the last time I had a cold. But yeah, that whole the CV-19 thing, man, that was like biological warfare against the people, man. And it's a lot of people and entities and companies, and there's a lot of people that should be held responsible for that. And also the $5,000, bring it on. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I think with COVID, it really just kind of like all the conspiracy theories are true. That's what COVID taught us. It really
Facts. You
blew the
can't
lid
even
on
call
all this shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, it did. And you can't even call it conspiracy theories. It's
And
conspiracy facts. You know what I'm saying?
and I mean to say that that's the positive spin on COVID. That's what it gave us. That's what should reassure people. And yeah, I
Right.
mean, not that many people died anyways. It's a lot of old people.
But yeah, no, it's interesting that they could call for defunding the police or reforming police activity, but when it's trying to defund trans people in women's sports or just erasing that, then it's suddenly problematic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they're just such hypocrites.
I mean, these people are, they're so, how can I say, they're so late with their so-called pro-black or, whatever stance they want to take. And, and then the stance they take, it makes no sense. Like, they're just, pardon my more Latin, but they are retarded.
And actually, they're extremely patronizing because what was she saying on The View? Like, oh, people need to be educated. We need to educate people more. It's insulting. People are educated, which is why they're voting the way they're voting, and it's why they're supporting the executive orders that are being put in place. But she's talking about, oh no, once we educate people, then they'll see the light.
Yeah, when I was a freshman in college, it was like the Common Core class, and the professor just blatantly was just pushing Democrat propaganda on us. I didn't really realize at the time. I was still young, but for example, the voter ID, she was telling us how voter ID is suppressing people's rights and shit like that.
Wow. And if you notice, a lot of these some women who go to these schools and get these educations are just it's just a form of brainwashing, and they're right back out. They go right back out into the public and just perpetuate it even more. Like, it's horrible. Like, ugh, it's just
If you're
so
lucky,
frustrating.
you get a couple good professors who fucking can actually
Yeah,
shine some
yeah.
light on things. Like I had a
Oh, yeah.
professor who worked for the IMF, and went into her office and she asked me, "What do you think the IMF does?" And I was like, "I think that they extract wealth from other countries with predatory, loans and shit, Juicer stuff." And she was like, "Yep."
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
this woman out of here. Set her on fire. Her crooked eyelashes on fire. And have you ever seen any videos of her in the beginning of her career? How she
Ox
tried
showed
to,
one, yeah.
oh my God, like, yeah, oh my goodness. Now
I
all of a
think
sudden she's Miss Ratchet.
tar and feathering. That's
Out
I'm
what
sorry,
gets
go
money.
her
ahead.
back.
And honestly, I don't know what 5,000.
Sock back.
yeah, that was slightly weird. Just started playing.
What's going on
Right.
here?
In the UK, we call useless degrees Mickey Mouse degrees. So when people do
Did you
media
guys see
studies,
over? I believe it was in some African country where they found the containers filled with American cash and gold bars and all types of. Oh yeah, it was horrible. I'm gonna have to try to find that clip and put it in the back chat. But yeah, it was
is
pretty
that
bad.
recent?
It was probably about 20 to 30. Say that again.
No, I said, is it recent?
Yeah, so that's us sending these countries money. It's so horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. I can't take it. Get these people out of here.
Yeah, y'all know Jasmine Crockett.
$1,000.
Jasmine Crockett comes from money. She went to a prep school, private school. The girl comes from straight cash, man. The girl's never had a hard day of life in her life, man. The woman
Yeah.
comes from straight money, man.
Can we get a hood rat for real in Congress? Like, come on.
I mean, we already got one, man. We got quite a few of them, man. But
I just don't know him.
Maxine Waters is a hood rat, dog.
Oh shit, yeah.
Super hood rat.
Maxine Waters was a hood rat, dude. That's why she ain't giving it up, man. That's why she's
just so damn old.
Exactly.
It's hard. Listen, it's hard to get a hood rat because in order to become a congressman, you got to go to a good school. You got to have a great education. It start early. Like Jasmine Crockett was that little nerdy girl in class. She was the little teacher's pet, man. She was a little teacher's pet. She probably couldn't go to a public school because she was too smart. Like she can't function in a black public school and be a fucking on the path to be a congressman. You gotta be exemplary. You know what I'm saying? And whether she turned into this ratchet ghetto character of herself now, I guarantee you she made straight A's every year. I guarantee you she was gifted and talented. I guarantee you that that's if she ever went to public school for a period of time. I guarantee you, like they said, she went to private school and she excelled. I guarantee you she had probably one of the top SAT scores for the black kids in her school. I guarantee you she went to a really, really good school. A really, really good school, and she was surrounded by white people every step of the way. I bet you the people who helped her the most in her life were white people. You can't be a hood rat and make it to Congress. You could make it to the city council, but then again, even if you make it to the city council, like we got some little hood city councilmen in DC, those dudes was like went to college and graduated and got a bunch of degrees. They just from the neighborhood. They not like on the block or nothing like that. They wasn't on the fucking block.
Right.
It's hard to
a hood rat.
to Congress.
Hood rat is just a mentality, isn't it?
Nah, hood rat is a hood rat. Hood rat mean you
just a mindset.
You a freak. You out here fucking and being and fighting and being ignorant and quick tempered.
Yeah, you
sassy.
can take the rat out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the rat.
Yeah, she playing a character. She not a real hood rat. She just
doing I agree.
That girl's never lived in the hood in her life.
Yeah, she probably like would if she put around some real hood chicks. If you put around some real black hood chicks, like say she was sitting in a room or in a restaurant and a bunch of hood chicks got the table behind her and was just being themselves, like just doing hood rat shit, she would probably like want to leave.
But the Cori Bush was a hood rat, man. She just got voted out, but she got it. She worked her way in there. Cori Bush was a hood rat.
And I bet you Cori Bush is more so than probably not as much as Jasmine. But I bet you whatever path Cori Bush took, she was a straight A student. I bet you she probably just was like president of the Black Student Union or something like that. She might have went to HBCU or something, but she wasn't no fucking hanging out in the hallways and shit, getting pregnant and shit like that. No.
My thing is this though. I've seen in Blackistan, they seem to elect terrible candidates, right? So the more in tune you are, the more in code you are, the more the better your chances, right? For example, there's a brother over here who is a convicted bank robber. You feel me? And he's been
City
out
council, right?
Yeah. But he elected nonetheless. State rep.
It's pretty gangster.
Bobby Rush, for example, was another dude that got elected. There was just a bank robbery in Blackistan last week. That brother should run for city council. You never know.
No doubt.
I mean, the president's a convicted felon.
I mean, all that shit is bullshit, though.
Yeah, but he's still a convicted felon, man. That's why I voted for him.
I mean, they were saying
I did 10 years for weed, man. So I fuck with Trump.
They were saying that some people love
Congress. Who's going to vote for me?
They were saying that when Trump had that mugshot, some people loved it.
That mugshot was epic, Wicked. That shit was epic.
And the face he made.
Yeah, I bet you also think his dance is epic, right? His YMCA dance.
Yeah, man, because I'm white, man. I can't dance. I love that dance, man. Yeah.
Right.
I love it, Wicked. I love it, man.
Yeah, man. Wherever you go, there you are, man. Let's see, man. Let's get into the fuckery, man. Everybody hit the like button. Take the $7 challenge via PayPal, Cash App, or the Super Chat, man. We should have like 20 people taking the $7 challenge, man. Come on, guys. Support the damn channel. We got shout out to Barry B taking the $7 challenge, man. Barry B in the building, man. Let's see. Where we gonna go?
Federal Reserve?
Nah, I ain't fucking with that right now. Not right now. Let me see.
Man, back up. Touch me, back up. Back up before you go to jail.
Man,
for obstruction.
about what? About my truck?
Yeah. You want to go ahead and do your thing, Robert?
Man, you not doing that. You not doing that. No.
On August 19th, 2024, at approximately 9:23 a.m., officers conducted a routine traffic stop for an expired registration. What started as a simple violation quickly escalated when the driver refused to identify himself, despite multiple requests.
No, I don't. Here's the issue, okay? Weren't you given on Friday a notice?
Man, I wasn't here.
Someone was given a notice.
But I wasn't here. I'm not gonna park there. No, y'all not.
Yes, we are.
No, y'all not. Y'all,
sir, you need to back up. You need to back up.
You can't do that.
No, you can't. The tow truck's already here.
I don't care. Tell him he got to go.
No, we've already called him.
Well, too bad.
We've already called him. He's
My
shown up.
truck. I don't care about that.
Okay, then you can pay the drop fee.
I'm not paying
and
nothing.
it's going to expire since August.
It don't matter. I'm taking my truck to put it on my property. I'm
No,
not.
you're not. It's on the city road.
Don't touch me.
Don't get.
Man,
back
don't
up.
touch me,
Back
man.
up. Back up before you go to jail.
Man,
for obstruction.
about what? About my truck?
Yeah. You want to go ahead and do your thing, Robert?
Man, you not doing that. You not doing that. No.
Yeah.
No. No.
If you don't do it, you're going to go to jail.
Man, you can't tell me about no going to no jail, man.
Back up. Keep going. Out of the way. Sir, get out of the way.
Man, don't touch me.
You're about to go to jail.
About what? I'm
Back
not
up.
doing nothing.
You can either pay the drop fee to him.
What's the drop fee?
You're going to have to ask him.
Well, he better not touch my truck.
Okay.
That's
Robert.
You can't do that.
We can do that.
No, you can't.
He's already shown up.
It don't matter.
Just because you
He only got.
No.
Don't touch my truck, man.
Robert, what's the drop fee for this?
And don't say it's no semi price neither. Don't send my truck
What
price
is it?
neither. I'm not paying no $300.
All right, then get out of the way.
No.
Get out of the way.
No, man. Truck price. You do it.
Sir, I'm going to explain something to you, okay? You need to get out of the way, or you're going to go to jail.
Whatever.
Okay?
Great.
So watch out.
No, man.
Yeah.
I ain't going. You can't take me to jail.
Sir, watch out.
Say what?
Obstructing. You guys are
Man, that's not obstructing about my property.
Okay. Here's the Park thing. on the It's city right right of way. away. You were given a red tag on it the other day.
No, I
They
didn't. And I
spoke
didn't
to you.
have a
They
red
spoke
tag,
to
though,
you
but
on
it's not a
Friday.
red tag.
They spoke to
Hey,
you
come
on
up
Friday.
here. Come up. Hello?
So watch out.
It's not no red tag on my truck.
How many times have you been told stop parking here, sir?
Once.
Twice.
No,
At
I
least that
haven't.
can count.
That was a driver. That was my driver. No one.
Once.
Man, take him in already. Enough talking, right? Chief?
Right? No.
Right.
No.
So, yeah.
Did not listen.
Oh, man.
Sir, watch out.
Why is no one blocking the
Man, I'm
driver's
gonna give him a drop
door?
fee. Man, get the fuck off of me, bro.
Get out of the way.
Man, get off. I'm finna pay him a
You're
drop
about to
fee.
go to fucking jail.
Man, listen, bro.
Back up.
I'm going.
Go.
The fuck? I just said I'm finna pay the man the drop fee, bro.
I tell you one more time, you come over here, you're going to jail.
I ain't even over there no more.
Exactly. You're going to stand over there too.
Man, whatever. Man, I'm finna pay the drop fee. Do not. Man, get my money, bro.
Back up.
Man, he better not hook up to my truck, bro.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell who's in the authority here, man. Like if I was just an alien and I dropped down, I would think that the black guy was the authority figure here, and the white dude was like, the one that was like in trouble or some shit, because like he has no control. The cop has no control over the situation. He let it get out of hand very early, and the black dude seized control, and now he's kind of like what's the word? He's kind of like switch roles. He's gone with it. He's like, oh shit, I got this. And he's just going with it. You know what I'm saying? He's pushing the envelope. So I don't know, man. This is the type of situation where a cop gets killed or gets fired, because he should have took control early.
I think this is a game. We're not playing with it.
And I got his money, man.
Okay.
Like that guy hasn't been patted down yet. Has he been patted down yet?
No, and I agree, because he's reached into his pockets or just been around his crotch area so many times.
He hasn't been. I was doing something else. You sure he hasn't been patted down?
Well, no, because I think it's been parked there, and he's approached them as they've got the tow truck.
He won't let them touch him.
Yeah, that's how you get killed.
If you grab this away, we're going to write your ticket for the entire tag.
Hey!
And now the cops walk up on the scene and they probably don't know he hasn't been patted down yet. You know what I mean? Because they just responded to this backup. They don't know he ain't been patted down yet, so they're probably not on guard. They probably just assuming, okay, he's been patted down. He keep reaching. He could reach. He's already been patted down. That motherfucker pull out a gun and just shoot your ass, and you'd be like, and motherfuckers be like, well, why would he do that? I'm not making any sense. This shitty fucking nigga. Who the fuck? There's 1,000 niggas in every prison who did some stupid shit like that.
What y'all doing? Here. I'm been trying to tell y'all that the whole time. Can I hand the man his money?
Yeah.
Oh, appreciate it.
As soon as you grab it away, we're going to write your ticket for the entire tag.
Right now. Write it now.
You won't. As soon as he grabs it away, you write him a ticket for entire tag. Okay. We'll get you the ticket.
So he's going to get a weapon in the truck.
I don't know. Guys, he got his back turned to the guy.
Shut down there. We'll find a few boxes. He's been marked here since Friday. Give him enough time to move it. All right, thank you. She does it off and on all the time. We're like, all right, we're gonna let him go. Next thing you know. All right, thank you.
We genuinely haven't seen this guy for about a minute.
I mean, it's been expired almost a whole year. Right?
Hey.
Now you got your ID? No, I don't. All right, can I get your name?
You got my name. Y'all got my name. Man.
It's just for the company. I got your name.
Man, you got my name. Whoever called me, that's my company. That's me. That's the same tag you ran to whoever called me.
You got your driver's license?
No, I don't.
You don't got a driver's license?
No. I ain't giving y'all nothing.
All right.
It's expired tags for a year, no driver's license.
Right there, that's it. I mean, he should have been already cuffed off, but this is the moment. Put your hands behind your back.
Gee.
And this song with my, you know, he's gonna hit you with that line. He's gonna hit you. It's with the song, man. It's like a progression, right? He's gonna hit you with that. I'm not resisting, and then he's gonna hit you with that. I can't breathe. It just, you know, it's like one of them things, you know.
He's gonna definitely file a report and all this shit. File a complaint. I mean, this is dealing with sons, man. That's why, like somebody said the other day, body cams. You niggas asked for this. It's gonna expose the police. No, motherfucker, this shit exposes your ass.
Man, you got my name. Whoever called me, that's my company. That's me. That's the same tag you ran to whoever called me.
You got your driver's license?
No, I don't.
You don't got a driver's license?
No. I ain't giving y'all nothing.
All right.
Y'all already got that. Y'all got everything. So just give me what you gonna give me.
I gotta have your name to put it on the ticket, man.
Run the tag.
Already ran it. It's showing that. It's showing for a business. I can't write a business ticket. I gotta write an individual ticket.
Well, I don't.
All right. What's your first name?
I don't have.
All right. So you're telling me you don't have the first name?
No, I don't got no name.
All right. So you want to do the hard with it? I'm just asking for your name, man. It's a misdemeanor in the state of Florida.
This cop really doesn't want to arrest him.
It's been parked there the whole fucking weekend. We told you
I just got back this morning. Don't you see me going to my truck? I drive another truck. And that's why I just got back like 4 o'clock in the morning.
All right. Here's what I'll do. Get a fucking warning for the expired. It's been expired since almost the whole fucking year.
And I ain't even drove it yet. I just got it from the shop.
It's been sitting over here for multiple days now.
I just got it from the shop last week.
Listen,
I already talked to him already.
We're gonna give you your ID.
I bet you if you catch him next week, it still ain't gonna have no tags on that motherfucker.
Of course not.
Get your name on the ticket. Nope.
Y'all got my name on the thing, bro.
We're gonna get you one more time, okay? And you're gonna end up in handcuffs. Date of birth, and your driver's license. You're going to jail.
I don't got my license.
You don't got your license? All right, give them your name and date of birth.
I just said my name. Kentrell Gillespie, bro.
Put your hands on your back. You already asked.
Oh, now he gives it. Now he can try. Now he want to give it right when he. Jesus.
Well, it's the same thing with the payment. He didn't pay until the tow truck was literally touching his bumper, and then he
Peak
suddenly
sun man.
money on him.
Really, at this point, to be honest, your name don't even matter, bro. They gonna find out who you are when they print your ass, motherfucker. I mean, this is what you want, right? This is what you want to do.
Yeah.
I don't got my license.
You don't got your license? All right, give them your name and date of birth.
I just said my name. Kentrell Goose, bro. Put your hands on your back. We already asked you. Put your hands on your back. I'm not playing games with you, bro. Well, I just gave this man my name, bro. What did I tell you? If I had to ask you one more time, you're going to jail, right? Oh, you're gonna come back and tell it. It's gonna happen. So can I tell my girl if you want? If she can beat the stuff up here, come on. You can fuck all time. Yes. Come on, let's go back over here.
I have to call the tow truck again and see.
That's my game. I just gave you my name. Yeah, after I told you were gonna go to jail. I the same time you said something, bro. Tell me what. Can I have my car, please? All right, anything on you that's going to stick me, poke me, hurt me in any way? No. All right, spread your feet. All right. You trying to call the token? I called my girl. She stay right there. Who's Money Mark? Yeah, no, it's wife. FaceTime. You got to FaceTime. My phone not working. The phone's not working? It's not.
Nah, that shit dead, bro. After all that shit dead.
All right, anything you can talk about? I already said.
Cops are so courteous.
This isn't a game, man. Okay. Hey, man, come get me, man. Come get my truck. Come get my truck. Yeah.
We taking that shit, boy. We taking that truck, boy.
I'm at the back where the car get at. Hurry up, because they trying to tow my truck.
Oh, here comes the sister.
Like, shouldn't they check her license if she has a CDL?
They just want this to end.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
He's being very compliant, though, now that he's in cuffs. It's kind of like he's at home in those handcuffs. You know what I'm saying?
He's in a familiar place.
Yeah.
Yo, hats off to this brother, man. Salute to this brother for being compliant. Better late than never, I guess.
Have a seat. I'm supposed to do that. All right, face towards me. Going butt first.
Like you don't know. Of course you know how to get in the
There you go. Twice. 1, 2, 4.
Man, you got a lot of money. Yeah.
One, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Just 3 or 14. I'm going to tack you to an 86B Delta 47 Wellwood Lane.
22, 23, 24, 25. 2,500? 2,500 and 100?
I'm going to be 11 beach 12 status check.
50. 1.
Yo, Ike in a POC country, that shit gone or what?
POC country, yeah, definitely. That's the bribe. They'll let him go. They would let him go for that shit. They be like, yeah, you go on about your way.
That's a lot of money right there, man. I mean, shit.
Shout out to Tracy Jones. He says Obama's birth certificate is fake. Heard the news? Really? I don't know. We gotta check that out. Shout out to Big Larry in the building, man.
350, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, 700. So whatever. $3,200? $3,200? Want to count it again one more time? Yep.
Yeah, like, I still didn't pay registration.
Okay, guys, we got breaking news, man. Shout out to Tracy Jones, man. Breaking news, man. Breaking news, guys. They saying Obama birth certificate is fake.
He's from Kenya.
Says who?
He's saying you can see where this has been changed. We gotta look into this, man. Yeah, I always knew that because here's the thing. Where there's smoke, there's fire, right? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And
breaking news, that's old news.
yeah, they it's confirmed. No, they confirmed it. Like it's confirmed now.
The experts.
It's this is breaking. This is out here right now. This is like something that they talking about right now. Let me see. This is like,
Remember when Trump used to talk about it and they gave him a hard time for it?
yeah, but and then even this might not even be 1000% true, but it's like it's just trending. Like it's kind of like trending right now.
You talking about the guy who used Photoshop to figure out that it was phony?
I think so. I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on right quick.
Yeah, he was talking about that last year.
Well, let's see, man, if they talking about it anymore. Let's see if they talking about it anymore. I ain't gonna jump on it right now. Pause. Let me get back to the regular schedule. Oh yeah, you know what? That's what I wanted to do right here. Here we go. This is happening in DC on the Metro, man.
Give me the other one, man. Give me the other one. Snitch, I'm gonna crush your bitch ass. I wasn't snitching. Snitch, I'm gonna crush you. Dude, I wasn't snitching. Dude, get him. Dude, I wasn't snitching. I was just talking about something else.
What's going on here?
I wasn't gonna snitch. I'm sorry. I wasn't snitching. I'm talking. Stop talking. Sit down, if I take your phone. Okay, give me the phone, bro. Give me the phone, bro. Give me the phone. Stop it! Give it my jacket back. Get after it. Give me the other, man.
This how it go down, man. That's how it goes down, man. That's how it goes down.
I know that doesn't look good, but I mean, think about it. They built the country. So, I mean, you got to just, what can you do?
That's true. Great point.
Tonight, our Shamari Stone has the exclusive video and spoke with the man who was robbed. Tonight, the man tells me he is still in shock. During the attack, he was concerned about his kids, wondering, will they grow up without a father? He was standing in this area right here on the sidewalk, waiting for a ride share.
This is a different one. They robbing people for these Canada Goose coats in DC. They've been doing this for years. For the last 5 or 6 years, they've been getting them for these. Because before that, it was North Face. But this is the new style Canada Goose.
I was going to say, because if that guy in the red was a father, his children are better off without him because he has no masculinity.
Yeah, well, here's the thing too. Let me just to get back to that one, what you just said right there, to give the guy a little bit of break. If you live in DC, you know this guy will kill you. Like it's not like you don't. It's not like he just jumped off the moon and this is the first sunband he's ever seen. If he rides the train frequently and he's on the bus and he's out and about in the city, he has a right to be this afraid of these young guys.
Yeah.
But he antagonized the son man. He went after him and started talking about snitching. What was that all about?
Who knows? I mean,
Who
something
knows?
happened before. But you're right. This one right here could pull out a knife. He'll pull out a knife
Yeah.
and bulk him up, pull out a pistol.
And
He
and
will
I know
he will beat him.
Pantheon's probably like, but he'll go to jail. It's like,
No, I'm
yeah.
not. I've been on the DC Metro many times. I've seen all these people.
Right.
Oh shit.
This onward, outward. He don't even need a weapon. He will beat him to death.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ak,
Then defend
the
yourself.
birth
Beat him back.
certificate
Like,
video
I'm
in the
sorry.
back.
That Glider King can't
Uh,
look. Did you see him? Nah. He did the right thing. If you ask me.
Yeah,
yeah,
he
I
didn't
mean,
punch him because of the video. I'm guessing. He saw the video camera, right?
he didn't have to though. He didn't have to.
Right. He wanted to.
And we don't know if he punched him before the video because a lot of times our brains are like, okay, everything started as soon as the camera started rolling, and that's just not how life works. You know what I'm saying? Like I was doing shit, like I was eating and I put my kids to bed, but in y'all mind, it just started once I went live. Like I had a whole day before that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this shit probably been going on for maybe a few minutes for somebody to get a chance to take their phone out, or even to realize, like, oh, wait a second, it's worth taking my phone out and then recording this shit.
Give me the other one, bro. Give me the other one. Snitch, I'm gonna crush your bitch ass. I wasn't snitching. Snitch, I'm gonna crush you. Dude, I wasn't snitching.
It's
But
like
also
he's worried
his
about the
brain is
camera.
computing. Yeah,
He said,
his brain
if you
is
snitch,
computing. He's like, I vote for you guys to have reparations, and you're doing this to me.
Dude, I wasn't gonna snitch. I'm sorry.
What did he do?
Sit down. I'm not taking.
He was talking to him. What do you mean, KB?
You see how he's got his hand in that jacket?
That's this guy's jacket.
Yeah, but where's that pistol gonna be living?
Yeah.
In his waistband.
Yeah, man.
The whole point is men used to have duels, you know. Someone brings out their gun, the other one retaliates, and it's a fight to the death. This one is, dude, I wasn't snitching.
That's very easy for you to say, though.
I know.
Yo.
Yeah, because I mean, you also got to think of it like this too. Like when you're afraid, you can't help it. Like you can't not be afraid when you're afraid.
You know what? Though? Yeah. But you know what though, Ike? Y'all looking at this all wrong, man. The real victim in that video was the brother. You feel me?
Yes, we failed society.
Nobody feels that.
We failed him, and not only that, but we don't know what he's going through, Chief. He probably had a bad day. He probably.
No. Wicked.
We failed.
You don't need any of that.
By not hanging him from a tree.
Wicked. He has ancestral generational trauma disorder. That's all they need.
You saw he was with his younger brother.
Whatever.
As well.
That's
teaching him the ropes.
Yeah, that's how that story happened last night where they said the 5-year-old was involved in the robbery. Like, because you know they if they see if they see you with that can and the goose on, and you're like a black dude, they thinking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
if they see you and you are a white dude.
Wait, did you just say a 5-year-old was involved in a robbery?
Yeah, like it was a group of kids and the youngest one was 5.
Man, think about that one. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Standing in this area right here on the sidewalk, waiting for a ride share around 5 o'clock yesterday. Suddenly, a black Hyundai Elantra pulls up in the street, and this area right over here stops. And then surveillance video you're about to see only here on Fox 5 shows you what happens next. Take a look. The man tries to run away from the suspect who is holding a gun, and then the man slips in the driveway. The suspect pointing the gun, demanding that he give up the Canada Goose coat value.
So Pantheon, tell us what he's supposed to do right here.
Be a man. Be a real man.
Be a real man with a gun with a gun on your chin. Be a fucking man.
He's supposed to have his own gun. I can't do gun sounds, but you know, bang bang.
Is this new Ike? Is this one? You know, I mean, I know they all like become a blur after a while with the brothers, but I feel like this is old, no?
Now this happened yesterday.
Well, you know what? If you've seen one robbery, you've seen them all, right?
Yeah, like this right here. This is a nice, well, should be a nice area with the. You see the what do they call this? The driveway. I forgot what they call it.
The terrace.
Yeah, this is a nice area, but it's supposed to be. But there's no really nice area because here's the thing. I can tell you what happened here just from. I'm gonna tell you what happened. This was not no planned shit. They drove, whether they were hunting or whether they just were going somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Or happened to be down there. They saw the guy in the can of the Goose, and it was like, yo. They lit up. It was like, all right, park. And he was like, nah. Better yet, be in the corner, go back around, and we're gonna get him. That was probably a crime of opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Overtaken by impulse.
Yeah, it wasn't like something where they probably, because that's what I'm saying. Like when they see you with that can of the Goose jacket on, you could be a sun man with dreads and little dreads and dress the same way they dress and look hard in the face and all that shit, and they thinking about getting it. But if you a fucking white dude and you just like like walking down the street, oh, it's almost like you guaranteed to get your shit taken.
Right. I want a venti from Starbucks, a latte mocha. You know the craziest part about that shit though, Ike, is, and I mean this is what I'm saying, but these song words will murder you. And everybody fucking knows that they'll murder you. You know, but we gotta
Yeah.
pretend like, oh, you know, it's only a jacket. Right, motherfucker.
They'll definitely kill you over that shit.
From the suspect who was holding a gun, and then the man slips in the driveway. The suspect pointing the gun, demanding that he give up the Canada Goose coat valued at $2,000. The man laying on his back in the driveway, taking off the coat as the suspect yanks it, also grabbing the man's iPhone and keys. Now take a look at this angle, smartphone video capturing the suspects getting back into the black Hyundai Elantra with Virginia tags and driving away, leaving the man in fear.
It's unacceptable, by and large, that there's a culture right now in our city where this is happening.
Only amongst black youth. There ain't no culture in the city. It's only the only person that's going to take your fucking coat is a young black dude.
You're lucky he said culture at all.
Yeah,
that's
DC,
a big step for him.
Well, in DC, they are woke. Like if like let's just say his face was on there, right? He showed his face and he said like people from a certain part of town or demographic, his friends, people who know him, would disown him. Or they would be upset with him.
And fuck those people.
But what I'm saying is that's the world he lives in. Like he don't live in your world.
That's what a lot of gliders live in.
Yeah.
A lot of illegal things happen there. Firearm.
How are you feeling right now? I can only imagine.
You know, probably not as surprised as I should be, just given some of the things that I've seen being here.
See what I'm saying? Like he ain't just fall off the moon. He know what these young black dudes is about.
Well, DC's like what, 40, 50% black?
45% black. But historically like 70, 80% black. It just recently got 45. Last 20 years.
A lot of illegal things happen there. Firearm.
How are you feeling right now? I can only imagine.
You know, probably not as surprised as I should be, just given some of the things that I've seen being here in the city.
Also in the city, around 45 minutes later.
See, DC is not like Memphis, where you just go to the gun shop. There's no gun shops in DC that I know of. Maybe now they are that, but I mean, historically out there with you had to go to Maryland or Virginia to buy a gun. The gun laws in DC, there was no like in Chicago, you got the FOID card. You ain't had none of that. The only people carrying guns was illegally, and maybe like some people involved with the government, federal government, that have a license to carry. But last 10 years, they started making it a little bit easier to get a concealed carry. They changed the law a little bit, but it's still probably like 5,000 concealed carries in the whole city outside of the federal government.
But you know what
Very
though,
hard.
if you listen to what that Glider King said, right? He said the shit he's seen, right?
Mhm.
That gives me the impression that he knows, right? He knows
Oh yeah.
he will have to be retarded to not know that okay, it's the brothers, right? Think about that.
Listen,
Think
man.
what
Let me tell you this, man. When I was, this was 90s, 94, 95, 96. When I was coming up, we would walk around Capitol Hill and look for white people to rob. Walk, not drive, walking
right.
around looking for white people to rob. And there was so many other young boys that was doing it too. They would be, you know what I'm saying? Not saying we would just all be together or anything like that, or we all knew each
Swing
other,
into
but
each other.
it was a common thing.
Right.
It was like what they used to call it, mission, going on a mission or going on a caper or going trying to catch a Vic or whatever the fuck they used to call it at that time. And like you, if like say we would be together, right, and we wanted to get some weed, right, and nobody got any money. Your mother ain't give you no money. Ask your mother give you some money. Mama ain't gonna give you no money. Ain't no money out of, or somebody ain't, you know what I'm saying, ain't got no money. Because you remember, niggas be broke, man. Niggas be broke as shit. Young YNs be broke. So it's like, all right, man, let's go on a mission. And everybody knows what that means. Nobody thinks like, oh, let's go, rob a drug dealer, or let's go, no. Everybody knows that let's go on a mission. It means let's go into a neighborhood with some white people and find one walking down the street by himself. Or if we had a car, somebody had a car or somebody stole a car or something, ride around, see some white person walking alone, hop out on them, take this shit, and then go get some weed.
You know what? There was a period here where like they were doing that in the most violent way to the glider people, but
Mm-hmm.
but those young gentlemen must have got their shit split because kind of slowed down a little bit. So that crew, those young men that were violating white people so fucking horrendously, somebody must have smoked their ass.
Hey, Wicked, when it comes to the gliders, the libbed out gliders, they can't see the problem. I mean, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
I refuse to believe that this glider king on the screen, he knows because he said the shit he's seen, and and we all know the shit he's seen is the brothers that he's talking about.
He won't drink the water. He'll die before he drinks the water.
Shout out to Mac Knight, man. He says, "Where's Daniel Penny?" Yeah, man. Daniel Penny probably really couldn't do nothing in a lot of these situations, man. These young dudes it's a whole different animal when you're dealing with a crackhead just coming on the train screaming at everybody. He might stab somebody or he might do something. Then you dealing with the crackhead. What's the dude's name? What was his name? Jordan Penny? Jordan, whatever. Jordan Neely.
Okay.
Jordan Neely is terrified of these guys. These guys, if one of these guys was on the train, Jordan Neely wouldn't have came on here screaming. See, Daniel Penny got to get up and do something. These young niggas, just their presence on the train car, Jordan Neely could come in there and look, see them, and he ain't crazy no more.
He would have sat up
He'll wait
straight.
for them to get off. He'll wait for them to get off to start acting crazy.
The second they get off?
Yeah, the second they get off. Yeah, man. These dudes actually protect you around Jordan Neely's.
Probably not as surprised as I should be, just given some of the things that I've seen being here in the city. And
also in the city, around 45 minutes later, another Canada Goose armed robbery. Police telling me a woman is walking here on the 3900 block of Wisconsin Avenue Northwest.
And this is uptown. This is the white area. This ain't like a gentrified white area. This is a historically white area. This is where the white people lived in DC all like the whole time.
That's where they had their Klan rallies.
This is near American. These people are woke. I'm telling you, these people, like, yo, if there was a Klan rally, they would be the first on the scene, like, trying to break it up and shit. Niggas would be clubbing and shit. We wouldn't have to do nothing. We'd be going about our regular life. The white people go down there. These people ain't no fucking Klan rally, man. Ain't nothing like that. That shit is nothing. These people are progressives. This is but yeah, this is the white area. This is a very nice American University. Very nice area, man. A couple hospitals over here. This is money. This is money right here.
So these jacket gliders should be okay with it then. Just consider reparations, you know?
Here's the thing though, they don't like getting robbed, man. Nobody likes getting robbed. They don't like it, but they know it's kind of like, you know, it's just kind of like what they do, man. They kind of look at black people like children, like kind of like an animal or something. It's kind of like if you live near bears and a bear like you put your trash out and the bear like knock your trash can over and go through your trash and you come out the next morning, you know, shit, bear got in the trash.
It's kind of like if you have a tapeworm, you know, it's like, well, it's a tapeworm. I get it.
A man pulls out a revolver, stealing her Canada Goose coat valued at $3,000 and wireless headphones. The suspect and another guy with him run away. DC police tell us that the two armed Canada Goose robberies are connected and they continue to investigate. They urge anyone with information to give them a call. Meanwhile, the man who I interviewed who was attacked here on the 2000 block of 12th Street Northwest near U Street tells me that he will no longer wear a Canada Goose coat in the district.
Smart. That's smart. Like,
you gotta
he's
practical.
Learning. He's learning.
And his girlfriend.
But he is learning, though. He is learning. He learned, man.
And some riders tell
riders weighing in on safety after teens rob a man for his coat while riding on a train.
All of this was caught on camera. Fox 5's Shamari Stone has the story tonight.
Tonight, some Metro riders tell us that they are concerned about their safety, especially after this latest incident. Now, the man that we're talking about was sitting in a train like this one right here in one of those seats with his Canada Goose jacket. And that's when the two suspects walked up to him. Now, let's take a look at what happens next.
Give me the other one, man. Give me the other one. Snitch, I'm gonna crush you. I wasn't snitching. I'm gonna crush you. Dude, I wasn't snitching.
The video shows the teenage suspect forcefully removing the Canada Goose coat from the rider who was wearing the red shirt. The suspect warns the man not to snitch, apparently not to tell anyone about the robbery. The man stands up again saying he wasn't going to snitch, and then the suspect returns with his hand in his pocket as if he has a gun.
Dude, I wasn't gonna snitch. I'm sorry.
Is that like an autistic thing to do? It's just very odd to me.
It's just a nerve. He probably so out of his, like, he's not thinking straight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he looks.
Yeah,
I think
he's
he's
terrified. Yeah.
The man runs away from the two teenage suspects. The other one shown wearing a coat, a backpack, and khakis. Both suspects turning around as the smartphone captures their faces. Metro riders tell us the video is alarming.
It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary, kind of scary.
At night, I'm a
Fucking
woman.
retard.
It feels less safe.
That was a nice
Metro
jacket,
Transit
though.
police say they arrested the two suspects in Maryland for unrelated crimes, and police are working with the Attorney General's office in D.C. to also file charges for the coat robbery. Metro riders are pleased police arrested the suspects. WMATA recently told Fox 5 that they've increased security on trains and at metro stations, and some riders tell us they feel a lot safer.
I do feel safe on the metro. I feel like I see lots of increased security in the area. I see police on the trains often.
I don't feel like I've ever felt unsafe, maybe a couple of times, but overall, I don't feel like I've.
And here's the thing, like, that could be his experience. He's just fortunate, you know what I'm saying? Like, most times when you ride the train, if you ride during rush hour and it's a million people on the train, the worst you're gonna get is some black kids like talking like crazy sexual shit and violent talk and shit. But it's so busy and it's so packed that whatever. But if you ride outside of rush hour where it's less crowded, you can become a victim. Nobody's gonna really like do what he just did in that video, like between 3 and 6 o'clock on the subway. When it's fucking when like you might even have to wait for the next train because it's so packed. The train might pull up in the stop, open the doors, and nobody can get on because it's so packed. You gotta wait for the next train. You're not going to get that type of behavior because everybody's up against each other. You know what I'm saying? So he might, if you ride during those times, you probably just be like, oh, black kids, they just talk loud. They just, maybe fight each other or whatever. But I don't feel unsafe.
Ever been that worried about my safety or security on the metro system?
I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
Yeah, man, that shit is crazy, man. The prices on those coats is crazy too. Like fucking.
I mean, I've heard of some men killing people for like Columbia jackets, which are not necessarily cheap either, but they're not too
Nah,
bad.
they ain't $2,000 though. $5,000.
But they're not. I think Columbia jackets are nice, right? Like they're. I don't have one.
Wicked.
But
Jordan sneakers are $200. They'll kill you over that.
well, they'll kill you over $2. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
And less.
man. Yeah, man. It is what it is, man, and they ain't not gonna stop. They just gonna keep doing what they doing. It just is what it is, man. But it's been going on for a while, man. It's been going on for a while, like even for years,
Forever.
man.
Since the 60s, 50s. 100%.
Yeah, man.
I like reading appeals, right? Like court dockets of appeals, and I come across a lot that are from like the 60s, 70s. Nothing has changed, like the way that like the crimes occur with the brothers. It's just like, man, you would think it was yesterday, bro. I'm telling you, and the burritos too. But some of them are hard because
This jacket
some gliders have, and some people have like similar names. They could.
Yeah, I mean, we see that with Hezekiah News, man.
This jacket has been banned from a UK high school. Why? An effort to poverty-proof the school environment, shielding low-income students from feeling bad about not having a pricey coat.
Yo.
Which is stupid because that's literally the reason why we all have uniforms in the UK.
Y'all are hopeless.
This jacket has been banned from a UK high school. Why? An effort to poverty-proof the school environment, shielding low-income students from feeling bad about not having a pricey coat. Canada Goose jackets cost anywhere from $500 to $1,500. And they're not just popular in English high schools, they're everywhere. How did these coats get so popular? And why are they so expensive?
Canada Goose started out as a working class brand, and it was really focused on the working class laborers up in Canada.
Canada Goose was founded in 1957 by Sam Tick in a warehouse in Toronto, and it was originally called Metro Sportswear. By the 80s, people were sporting the company's jackets in the coldest places on Earth. Its expedition parka became standard issue at Antarctica's McMurdo Station, where the scientists nicknamed it Big Red. And in 1982, one of the company's jackets made it to the top of Mount Everest on the back of Laurie Skreslet, the first Canadian to summit the mountain.
So we're always trying to find the authentic in a saturated world that's kind of contaminated by materialism. You get those credentials through the craftsmanship. You also get it through a history of the brand where it's born of experiences that were actually real that then became products.
So what do Canada Goose jackets have that others don't? The company uses high-quality Canadian Hutterite down, recognized as one of the highest quality in the world. The company claims its animal fur trim disrupts airflow and protects exposed skin against frostbite. In fact, Canada Goose says its jackets can withstand temperatures as low as -30 degrees Celsius. And that sort of quality doesn't come cheap. Western coyote fur, similar to what Canada Goose uses, is estimated to cost $104.
People need that kind of performance, that kind of functional quality in their day-to-day lives. And it's unusual
hold
to
on.
see such a brand transform into a luxury.
These poor sun teens, they're just cold. They just are in the freezing cold and they need a nice jacket.
Right. Yeah, facts. Shout out to boy Kachina, man. He said the victim should have used a taser on the perp's balls.
You know what? I'm more of a Carhartt guy myself, you know?
Yeah,
Very
I'm
warm,
man.
very warm.
They use
I don't
like
even know. Columbia is.
North Face and Stone Island in the UK. Those are the big ones.
Yeah, I recommend Carhartt cheap. It's very warm. Very warm.
Brand, but Canada Goose has been very successful at making that transition.
By the turn of the millennia, the company got a new CEO who would revolutionize the name Canada Goose into the luxury brand we know today. In 2001, Sam Tick's grandson Danny Reese was named as the company's president and CEO. He started expanding the brand in Stockholm. His commitment to quality limited supply, but that only increased demand. The brand spread throughout Europe mainly on word of mouth. Then Reese targeted America. His parkas became the unofficial uniform for cold weather film crews, and in 2004, the coats made it in front of the camera. Reese continued to market through the silver screen, sponsoring film festivals in cold places like the Berlin Film Festival and Sundance. And its U.S. exposure hit a new high in 2013 when Kate Upton donned a Canada Goose parka on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Cultural marketing is that the products are part of the culture, and the advertising is actually the product just living lives with the people who use it.
Through that association, they really raise their stature. And again, that's an interesting, authentic way that Canada Goose made its entrance into the luxury market.
There has been some backlash, though. PETA has protested against the company's production methods and pushed the company to use a cruelty-free alternative. Despite the protests, the company is on the upswing. At the end of 2013, Reese sold a majority stake in the company to Bain Capital, which allowed the company to expand manufacturing in Toronto and Winnipeg and eventually open a store in New York City. Its expansion continued for 4 years, and in 2017, the company went public. On its first day of trading, the company's stock jumped 25%, and it's continued to rise through most of 2018. The company's revenue has increased from 291 million Canadian dollars in 2015 to 591 million Canadian dollars in 2018, a 77% increase.
Okay, so this is an older video, but damn, yeah, they did their thing, man. Sunman don't get nothing about none of that shit they talking about. None of that stuff. We on some other shit. We like it because it's expensive.
Right? Is it bulletproof?
Yeah,
It's a bit like, I don't know if you've heard kind of the Sun women going on to Lululemon now. Have you seen those videos?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Lulu aren't happy about it.
Lululemon,
I think it's just like working class women of every ethnicity, but they're not really happy that it's being expanded into the areas they don't want it to be.
And shout out to Lululemon though, because they popularized yoga pants.
It's like Tommy Hilfiger, right?
Yeah,
essentially. And what was the other one? Abercrombie and Fitch was another one. It's like, oh, we don't want non-white people.
Wait, some people use Abercrombie and Fitch?
Abercrombie and Fitch became super big. And the CEO was annoyed.
Yeah, they love the Lululemon in DC. It's a big lick. California too. Um, everywhere.
Well, good morning to you. Right now, there is at least a half dozen employees inside the store trying to clean up. Also, it appears as if they're trying to take some inventory of just what may have been taken in this smash and grab here. Right now, you are according to Chicago police, the robbers smashed through the front doors of the store here, right here on North Avenue. You can see the damage to both front doors at the high-end athletic and loungewear shop here in Lincoln Park. Right now, police haven't released how much of the popular brand's merchandise was taken. Chicago police say this happened just after 5 this morning. The suspects got away in 2 waiting cars. Now, we've seen the same scenario play out several times across the city in recent years. Sometimes they use a car to smash through the storefronts, then run in and take what they can. While the city has seen a decline in homicides and shootings over the last couple of years, robberies have been trending in the wrong direction. So far, according to CPD's latest statistics, there have been close to 2,200 robberies this year. That's just slightly above where we were last year at this time and the year before that. But it's a nearly 30% increase when you compare those numbers to 2021. Now, later on today, the superintendent of police, Larry Snelling, along with the mayor, are planning to hold a press conference on the subject of robberies and some of their new strategies to try and prevent.
Just into our newsroom, police in Berkeley investigating a large-scale smash and grab at Lululemon. It happened on 4th Street near the marina when thieves backed a car into the store. The guard tells our photographer 6 people in black hoodies grabbed merchandise and told him not to call police or they would shoot him.
Really, all I think in my head during the time was, I hope they don't do anything to me. Like, just don't, like, take what y'all want, get whatever y'all getting, just don't touch me. Because it's not even mine stuff. I just work here.
Yeah, man. Lululemon getting their ass kicked, man.
But first tonight, local clothing stores targeted ahead of the holiday season. We're live from the store hit by shoplifters nearly 30 times in a matter of months.
And
You know what they were thinking too was, oh, we're going to market to a new demographic. We're going to open stores in a different part of town.
You really think that? You really believe that's what they were thinking about? Or they just put it in the city, urban city?
They're not trying
It's
to
possible.
market everyone.
Gravitated to it.
Literally, by that price was already an indicator of like it's only certain
Yeah.
people we want.
Yeah, exactly. The price point is too much for they would have put it in a strip mall if they was trying to
Yeah,
like
like
it
in
would be
London.
next
There's
it
one
would
on
be next
Regent
to the
Street.
city downtown locker room.
Yeah.
Next to fucking shoot Foot Locker if it was trying to.
Yeah, they got it with like Gucci and all that other shit.
Yeah,
for real.
they have it on
Chanel.
Regent Street and Marylebone in the super glider areas.
Yeah, premium outlets or whatever. But I mean, let's be honest, that shit does look kind of overpriced, you know?
Yeah,
I guess was
but
getting cheap, right?
definitely.
No,
What's up, Back Night?
It's like
Back Night.
£100 for
What's up, brother?
leggings.
What's cracking, man? What's your thoughts, man?
Man, it's a whole lot of thoughts, man. The one, well, I'm not gonna say this like officially, as a firearms instructor, but the guy who got jumped for his. First of all, can someone tell me what Canada Goose is? I've never heard of that shit. Like,
We
my
just did a
body,
video on it.
yeah, my body armor costs more than that shit, and or less than that shit, and it stops bullets, bro. Like, is that like Tommy Hilfiger? Like, I'm a little old, so.
No, it's Canada.
Well, no, they were literally, as the video said, they were using it for Arctic missions. So it became the standard. Anyone going to North Pole, it became the standard coat.
Yeah, it's a jacket.
Yeah.
Long story short, it's a jacket that's warm.
Yeah, and it's expensive.
You might take it skiing.
No, so here's my point, man. And this is why I'm talking to the glider brother here, man. This is why we're just not gonna survive as a people, man, because like sons don't spend money on practical things. Okay. I'm wearing like I think maybe maybe $130 Carhartt jacket. It's very warm. It's very rugged. Not fashionable, but like it does what it needs to do, and no one's out here trying to rob me of
But
it.
but Max, cigarillos are practical. Hennessy is practical. You know what I'm saying? Like they do what they you want them to do, right? So
Well,
they do buy shit that's practical, I think.
me and Mono, that's not practical, bro. I'm talking about no one's spending that much money on Hennessy and
Oh yes, they are.
cigarettes.
Oh yes, they are.
Oh, and not in a single shot over time. Yes, my point is, man, we're not going to survive this race war because we don't buy practical shit like white people do. So,
Oh, for sure. I agree with you on that.
But again, what
Yeah.
fascinates me is just that I hate gliders, but I'm obsessed with glider fashion. It's an oxymoron, which is why I
Wait,
say
you
to some people are just jealous of gliders. Because how are you going to hate
mm,
people then obsess of all their fashion brands? Oh, I have to have Gucci, I have to have Versace, I have to have Canada Goose, I have to have Lululemon. It was not made for you.
well, let me ask you a question, sweetheart, if you don't mind. Um, are you heterosexual?
Yes, I'm straighter than Arila.
Okay,
Who
so
was the
my
last
question is
person you
this.
slept with?
Jesus.
That was not my question. That was not my question.
That's what you asked me.
Well, that was a whole nother argument, sir. But so what I like to ask you this, right? I use an animal as an example, right? The peacock, right? The peacock. He's got the feathers and he's shaking that shit. You know, there's a difference between what women say they want in a mate and what they actually respond to. So an example is, most women will say, I want a guy who's funny, he's sweet, he's kind, yada yada yada, right? But 9 times out of 10, that's not the guy who they're with. They're with an asshole. And if you watch Ock Nation's How to Be a Thug Without Going to Jail, you would understand this. But what I'm saying is, um,
I'll be the thug women love
yeah,
without
that
doing.
one, yeah. So what I'm saying though is this, right? You respond to you say you don't like these things, right? All right, I'm talking to you, Princess Peach. You say you don't like these things, but there's a reason why men are buying these things. These men are not buying these things. Well, I don't know. Nowadays, niggas zesty. I'm just saying though, in my day, men weren't buying expensive clothes, jewelry, shoes to impress other men. They were doing it to attract women. So, is that something that you are attracted to?
What, do you mean men in fashion brands?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I mean, I don't like any of the like Gucci or Versace. They're not my brands.
That's not what I asked
It's
you.
no.
Yeah, right. Like
I'm going on to it. I mean, it's just men who dress well. Look, I'm not into athleisure at all. So
Okay, so define well, please.
suits, tailored trousers, like I don't
okay,
know,
so you're not a
preppy,
hood rat. She's not a hood rat.
like
She's not
like
a hood rat.
preppy.
Yeah, she ain't a hood rat. So that don't really apply to her, man. Let me shout out to my man Douglas Chunks, man. He say, sorry, I need to hold off on membership gifting so I can save up for the 51st state jacket. Shout out to Douglas Chuck, man. They beat us though, Doug, man. They beat us in that game, man. It kind of like fucked up our momentum of kicking
That
Canada's ass.
that's their thing, man. Hockey.
Yeah, man, they beat us, man. If we would have won that game, Canada would have been crushed completely, man. We gave them a little breath. We let them off the mat.
But first tonight, local clothing stores targeted ahead of the holiday season. We're live from the store hit by shoplifters nearly 30 times in a matter of months.
And good evening, everyone. I'm Ron Jones.
And I'm Jennifer Bellamy.
Nice.
Tonight, we are tracking hundreds of thousands of dollars in merchandise stolen from clothing stores across Metro Atlanta.
And many of them are locally owned boutiques, but national retailers are not in the clear just yet. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn live tonight in West Midtown from outside of Lululemon. This is on Howell Mill Road. So, Cody, do we know if any of these cases are connected?
Ron, we don't. However, we do know that these thieves are targeting some popular clothing stores around Metro Atlanta. And as you just mentioned, a week ago, Lululemon here behind me was hit. Close to $30,000 in merchandise stolen. You can still see behind me one of those doors shattered as these shoplifters and thieves are getting more and more brazen.
Get out the car.
Atlanta police releasing new video showing a traffic stop on a vehicle tied to thousands of dollars in stolen Lululemon clothing. One of close to 30 shoplifting calls since August at the store in West Midtown alone. Most recently, things escalated. On December 10th, thieves hit overnight. Atlanta police say they shattered the front door. The suspects getting away with more than $25,000 worth of clothing. However, it could have been much worse. On September 30th, just down the road on Howe Mill Road, several suspects drove a stolen truck through the front door of Full Circle ATL. The owner says they stole everything, close to $100,000 in merchandise, one of more than a dozen boutiques hit across Metro Atlanta. On October 16th, price tag ATL on Roswell Road in Buckhead cleaned out. A black SUV crashing through the front of the store, and again, more than $100,000 in shoes and clothes stolen. However, like Full Circle ATL, both owners also dealing with thousands of dollars in repairs.
Those are some good capers, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's
I did reach out to APD
organized.
for surveillance and to Lululemon for a statement, but I've not heard back. What I can tell you, though, is whoever broke into Lululemon left a blood trail from shattering that front door. And I'll tell you, it is disheartening for these locally owned boutiques. I talked to several of these owners. These guys just trying to start up a dream of theirs, employing people here in the city. And then within minutes, these thieves are destroying that dream, putting many of these businesses in jeopardy. If you know anything, call Atlanta Police. In West
You could
Midtown,
hire
Cody
two
out.
guys. You could hire two guys, two or three guys. Well, let's say four guys, right? Four guys, 24 hours in a day, two guys on day shift, two guys on night shift. And it would not have cost you that much fucking money.
Let's see if we can we can see what happened to this brother right here, man.
Robert Johnson, a man who spent nearly 3 decades behind bars, is now a free man.
Shit.
A judge vacated his convictions and the court approved his release last night.
WGN's Christine Flores caught up with Johnson, who talks about his first night out of prison.
Good evening. Johnson was smiling from ear to ear when we caught up with him today. He describes what his first time at an arcade was like and what it's been like to be physically surrounded by family members. While he says he's still adjusting to his new life, he says he still wants to work with those who, just like him, were wrongfully convicted.
I'm on top of the world. I feel amazing. It's unbelievable.
Those are Robert Johnson's feelings after walking as a free man from the Cook County Jail nearly 24 hours ago.
I was laying in the bed earlier and I heard some noise. And it's the noise that you hear when they come through and count in prison. And I like raised up and I'm like, oh, they not counting. I'm home. You know, I don't have to worry about being a number.
Johnson's first stop last night was Grandma's house.
She never left me. It was surreal. It really was. To walk back in that house. Because the last time I walked out of that house, that was the last time I seen that house for almost 29 years.
Johnson was just 16 years old when he was arrested in the 1996 murder of Eddie Binion. Just after 6:30 Thursday evening, Johnson walked out.
What are your thoughts on this? Wicked, you from up there? Wait, what are they talking about?
My bad. I missed what they were talking about.
This
Why
guy
do I
from
feel like
Chicago.
he had multiple boyfriends in prison?
This dude that wrongfully convicted.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that commander, Burge, they
Uh-huh.
said that they say that he tortured the brothers, you know. So as a result, anything that he touched is turning to shit, whether they did it or not. they're all getting cut loose because he was involved in it in one way or another. You know what I mean?
Oh, so this isn't this. They're not saying that he didn't do it. They're saying that the cop who
No,
arrested him or
no,
detective.
they're claiming that he didn't do it, but a reason that it's been compromised is because Burge and his guys touched it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
a bunch of Sunmen are getting cut loose. Anything that he touched, they're getting cut loose. You know what I mean?
Sorry, who's Burge?
Burge was a commander in one of the detective units, right? And they call him. It sounds pretty cool actually, John Burge and the Midnight Crew. They're saying that they would say there was like a homicide, right? And CPD's looking for the suspects. You know, detectives are out here, talking to these shitheads who, the streets talk, right? When they hear a name, they'll go grab him, put him under the lights, beat him, put a bag over him, suffocate him, burn him. They will put like a shock machine to these son man's testicles, allegedly, right? Um,
Hang on, bro. This ain't the CIA, bro. What are you talking about?
what do you mean?
Guantanamo Bay shit.
They say that, yeah, they say that Burge learned all this shit in Vietnam. You know, but he actually went to prison for perjury. Um, but
Bro, you can buy some man a double baconator
right, a
and a
Popeye chicken
large fry.
sandwich. A
Bro,
lot.
no, I'm just saying you can buy some man a double baconator and a large fry and get him to snitch, bro. What are you talking
Right.
about, bro?
So they were doing this like in the 70s, 80s. You know what I mean? So again, anything that him or his guys touch, these some all they gotta do is appeal it, reference Burge or any of his guys, and they're gonna get cut loose. And I heard in passing that this guy, I don't know in what capacity Burge, but Chief, I shit you not, there was a guy, right, who Burge didn't even investigate the case. All he did was, and he didn't even know about this one murder act, but just working, one of these shitheads gave a name, and Burge slipped the name to the detectives investigating it, and then they followed up on it. And those detectives were never accused of any shit like that. But just because the name was slipped by dude, the fucking murderer got cut loose. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Johnson was just 16 years old when he was arrested in the 1996 murder of Eddie Binion. Just after 6:30 Thursday evening, Johnson walked out of the jail gates with family members by his side. They made a stop at Dave & Buster's.
Which is a first for me. And I really had a good time. It was unbelievable. At one point, I just got up, walked away from the crowd, and just really just took it all in. It was a real moment for me.
Johnson was wrongfully convicted of first-degree murder, armed robbery, and home invasion. His defense says years ago, during the trial, there was no physical evidence or eyewitnesses connecting Johnson to the crime. A juvenile co-defendant agreed to a plea deal in exchange for his false testimony.
Okay, so his buddy snitched on him. So it wasn't like it wasn't Birch. They're saying his juvenile co-defendant pleaded guilty in exchange for testimony against.
But I did hear them reference, like, because Burge had guys under him, that came up after he
No,
was
but what I'm
gone.
saying though is like
His
the
boy
whole
tricked on him, yeah.
the whole white boy, the white system was just locking black people up for nothing. They just said it was a robbery. Let's go find a black person and pin it on them. Like, nah, nigga, y'all your boy said you did that shit. Your friend said you did it. Like, the fuck. That's crazy. Like, why did your friend say you did it? Like, were you mad at you? Or did you not do it? Like, and listen, you know, Wicked. We in these communities, man, ain't nobody telling the police somebody did something that they didn't do. It just ain't. It ain't that common.
There's no
They,
honor among thieves.
no, but niggas don't just go down to the station and say, Johnny Sims did it. Like, no, it'd be somebody. It'd be somebody who. It'd be somebody who has something to do with something. When you getting interrogated, you like I'm getting interrogated right now. Let's just say that. I'm not going. I'm more likely to say one of y'all did it than fucking Johnny Reb or somebody. Somebody that ain't even here right now. You know what I'm saying? You feel me?
Yeah. And then again, like let's be honest, the detectives follow up on it. They gotta make their case to the state's attorney. It's all bullshit, man.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not just asking you, did he do it, and just walking away. They're like, they're asking follow-up questions and shit. So, like, you was there. At the very least, you were there.
Kid was facing 80 years in prison and offered 15. And that's the only person to testify against Robert at trial. And the evidence is in prison.
Connecting Johnson to the crime, armed robbery and home invasion. His defense says years ago during the
Hold on 1 second. Hold it down for.
So do you guys think this guy's innocent?
I mean, I think this is yet another, exoneration project case, you know? And we've always said it here, like I said earlier, I like to read these appeals, and these court documents, especially one like this one. I actually looked this one up today, but I couldn't find it because his name is so common. But usually when I find the case, the appeal, it's just incredible the amount of evidence the police had, you know? How many people like tricked? Every time I look up
So
these
you said
cases,
tricked.
yeah, they snitched. I mean, like different people snitching on the one offender, and they still get cut loose because Kim Fox was on a mission to free the brothers or something.
I'm sorry. Back up. So you saying because someone snitched on someone else, someone's innocent? Like, what? I'm sorry. I'm not
No,
following.
no. What I'm saying is this: whenever I earlier I said Magnite, I like to read appeals in the courts, right? Where some men are making the case that they were wrongfully convicted, right? Or that they should be given a new trial. I like to read those documents. Um, and usually when I come across these news segments, I definitely follow up on those court documents. And what I'm saying is the evidence that the police gathered was overwhelming. Where several people say it was a homicide, right? Several people ID the offender, right? But then later on in like 10, 15 years later, they recant. They allege that the police coerced them to like.
Well, I mean, eyewitness testimony is probably one of the less. I'm sorry, one of the least reliable testimonies out there. But if you compound that, right, like two, three, four people say, I saw a 6'3" male, sleepy guy um, with a big beard, gray hair from DC,
Dude,
murder somebody. I mean,
Mac, I've seen the scenario you gave, Mac, but they named the guy. They're not getting. They
Yeah,
know who.
it's
Oh, I
not
know.
like that.
That's
It's not
Jimmy.
like Yeah, it's not like somebody like that guy who got robbed for the can of the Goose, right, on the train. It's not like some lady that was on that train car pointing them out. It's the nigga he was with pointing them out.
Right, and then a lot of the time, these song words they stay on the black loitering. People know who the fuck this song word is, Chief.
nope,
Yeah,
nope,
it's
no.
just,
I'm activating Hog Nation Devil's Advocate right now. I've done papers on this shit. You would not believe. All right. I mean, I'm just saying, like, these people have we've seen on this page, these people have long rap sheets, okay? You don't think they remember somebody, something, where a gun is, where a body is, just in case they get wrapped up? I mean, I said before, there's no honor amongst thieves.
Yeah,
So
for sure. That too.
I, not me, but them. Yeah, they will 100% point a finger at you to get off for something else. They do
But
that in jail, bro. Like, you talk to a guy in jail, bro, they will try to jump on your case
but
100,000%.
but what does that
Am
got
I
to
wrong?
do?
Am I wrong,
No,
Doc?
I don't disagree. But what does that got to do with the fact that he did this shit?
Allegedly.
So you're saying, Mac, you're saying like in like a hood, right? Where everybody know everybody and blah, 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 black neighborhood. Johnny and Robert go do a robbery and they get and they get caught, they get interrogated. And one of them gonna say Phil from 2 blocks over really did it. That
So
don't happen. I'm trying to
I,
tell
I,
you, man, that don't
I did a
happen.
paper. I did a paper on this. I'll give you an example. I did a paper on this, right?
That shit don't happen. Like, and listen, if it happened, it don't happen frequently.
Based on
It
my
don't happen
research,
frequently.
there are two types of people who are incarcerated: people who snitched and people who wish they snitched.
Yeah, but you got to snitch on somebody who you can't just pull a name out of a hat. That's what you're talking about, pulling names out of a hat, right? I'm talking about like snitching on your boy, your boy that you did it with, or you like it just don't. That's not very common, man. It just don't work like that on the regular. Now, could it happen? Could a CI who getting paid by the cops to snitch, and he a drug addict or something, and he just needs some money. So he just, go to the cops, say, I know who robbed liquor store last night. It was so and so. Yeah, a CI might do something like that, confidential informant. But niggas getting rounded up at the scene of a crime or chased by police and getting caught or
But they follow up on that. They follow up on that crackhead's claim, man. As we've seen here, Chief, the glider courts are like the standard is so far, it's
yeah,
unreasonably
exactly.
high. So it's not like they're just taking the crackhead's word out. You're coming out, you're coming with us. They following up on it. They're
I'm
like,
sorry, whose
Yeah.
courts are high? What standard of court? What are you talking about, bro? Like, are you serious right now? Do you know
what are
how?
you talking about? What are you talking about, man? I know.
All right,
I mean,
nah, man, I'm good, bro.
All right, let me play.
you feel me, right, Chief? You feel what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, let me trust me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me
Go ahead, go
let
ahead.
me play.
Move on, move on.
Johnson was wrongfully convicted of first-degree murder, armed robbery, and home invasion. His defense says years ago, during the trial, there was no physical evidence or eyewitnesses connecting Johnson to the crime. A juvenile co-defendant agreed to a plea deal in exchange for his false testimony.
This kid was facing 80 years in prison and offered 15. And that's the only person to testify.
Pretty
against
common, I
Robert.
imagine.
Yeah, that's not like that's a plea deal. That's a typical plea deal. Like she acting like that's something that like, oh my God, no, that happens every fucking day in every city. That kid, but what does he mean that kid? Because here's the thing, what she should have said. A random kid who was charged with a different crime was offered a plea deal in exchange for falsely testifying on Robert in this case that he wasn't connected to. Like,
so you might think that he killed somebody and went around bragging about it, so other people knew.
Yeah, exactly. You might, they making it seem like the kid. Well, they're not telling us a lot. They're not letting us know, which is a red flag too.
At trial, and the evidence is incredibly weak.
There is an arresting officer that Johnson clearly recalls.
And it's always a white woman. It's always a white woman. Yeah. Anytime you see one of these cases, it's a white woman who's leading the charge about how the son man didn't do enough.
That Johnson
Dangerous
clearly
minds.
recalls.
Dangerous
I remember
minds.
him.
Black
He
and
was
indigenous.
a motivating force. They followed his lead. All them detectives, they followed his lead, and he did it as if, again, he knew that he wasn't going to be held accountable. That's the way he moved when he rushed me out of my grandmother's house. Honestly, I wish he can go to prison so he can experience what I did. It was real dehumanizing being in that place.
For Johnson, his partnership with the Exoneration Project is not done yet.
I would like to be a paralegal. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe for the Exoneration Project, right? Yeah, that's something I'm interested in. And I'm trying to help people that have experienced the same things that I have.
Johnson does have a hearing scheduled for March 13th. It is then that prosecutors will say whether or not they will appeal the decision in his case.
No, they ain't gonna appeal that shit. He seemed like a nice guy, man. He whatever he did, he paid for that shit, man. He got 29 years. That's a good sentence, man. If he did it, he got a good sentence, man. We the people are satisfied that he is paid his debt to society.
I think it was a homicide, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, I'm still satisfied. You can get one of these niggas that home invaded somebody, kill him. If you can get him 29 years, that's a miracle. He served his time.
What I'm wondering is if he's gonna fuck up,
Nah, he ain't fucking up.
You don't think so?
No.
All right, we're gonna see.
No. I'm not saying that no son man in the history of the world is ever gonna fuck up again. I'm just talking about him.
Man, I'm talking about him too. I'm talking about
I'm just talking about him.
I think he's gonna fuck up. I think he's gonna fuck
up. All right, we'll see.
up.
We'll see. We shall see because it's going. He a high profile case. They gonna tell us if he get locked up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
or deleted.
Yeah, yeah, man. We gonna see, man. Wow. Yeah, he seemed like a nice guy though, man. He seemed like he'll take the advantage, the whatever the Exoneration Project probably give him a job as like a clerical assistant or some shit at their program. And keep his head on straight.
He was looking at a laptop, in one of the segments, like he never seen a laptop. They got laptops in the joint, If he never seen one, he was probably in there bugging out. Because if you have good behavior in there, they have all type of shit for you. He never seen a laptop, he's probably in there bugging out.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. He could be playing it up. He could have been like, just oh man, wow. Yeah, give me another city. Take the $7 challenge, guys. Support the channel.
I have a good video in the back chat.
Hey, Louis. STL.
Let me see. Okay, all right. We'll get to that in a minute, man. Let me see this. Oh man, let's see what's going on out around this great country, man.
My country, tis of thee.
I'm telling you, man.
St. Louis County Police today releasing the body camera footage of a deadly encounter between two officers and an armed man on West Florissant Avenue. The footage shows the initial accident where the suspect, 37-year-old Darrell Dorn, struck a car in an intersection and then abandoned his car. Multiple cameras caught video of Dorn walking down the road with a handgun.
Raisin.
Man.
So he wanted to die then.
They still ain't had to kill him.
De-escalate that shit, son.
Which he is seen periodically firing into the air. When St. Louis County officers arrived, they ordered Dorn to drop the weapon. You see Dorn on camera turn and shoot.
No, they gave his ass. Are you serious? Like, come on, man.
Man.
They scared to shoot a brother. You can tell. They should have rolled up and smoked his ass. They scared to shoot brothers because of BLM.
Yeah.
Probably shot an officer.
Officers returned fire. Police then returned to their car and pursued Dorn, who was walking.
Hey, do what? He's still at Ferguson. We're gonna run him over. You ready? Yeah.
After officers struck Dorn with the police cruiser, they began giving out.
Hell yeah.
Dorn died of his injuries, and police showed a picture today of the handgun officers recovered at.
Yeah, they should have de-escalated it. They didn't have to hit him with the car. It was
excessive force.
Yeah.
Say his name.
St. Louis City homicide investigators checking out 2 murders that happened overnight, different parts of the city.
Fox 2's Chris Renier is live in West St. Louis with what we're finding out about the victims and any potential suspects. Chris, are there any this morning?
Good morning to both of you. Still investigating both of these cases at this hour. Police tell us both of the victims were adults, one a man, the other a woman. These homicides happening only a couple of hours apart overnight in the city of St. Louis. This morning, we know of no suspects in either of these cases. Take a look at the video now from the latest murder scene. This one unfolding about 12:30 this morning on Drury Lane. That is in North City in the Ville neighborhood. Officers from the 6th District responding to a shooting call at that location. When they got there, they found an adult male around 40 years old who had been shot. We understand he was rushed to a hospital where he later died. There was crime scene tape up outside of a home there on Drury Lane. Authorities were also going in and out of a home on that street as well. That investigation ongoing at this hour. A little earlier, about 10:30 last night, police getting a call for another shooting. This one happening on the 7500 block of Minnesota in the Patch neighborhood of South St. Louis. District 1 officers rushing to that.
Cold, snowing, and don't matter. Niggas still gonna kill each other, man.
And new tonight, surveillance video of a Milwaukee grandfather killed on the sidewalk. 12 News has frozen the video right before the gunman shot the man execution style Friday afternoon at MLK and Concordia. As 12 News' Zoe Henry reports tonight, the man's family understandably heartbroken, simply asking why.
A nightmare.
Yeah, man. Wow.
That my brother has to die like this, and he walked away from the guy.
A Milwaukee family is now looking for answers after someone shot 64-year-old Carl Thurmond, a beloved grandfather, brother, and neighborhood handyman.
He was a glue sometimes to the family when we were going through the different things. He make you laugh. He was an entertainer, very smart.
Jesus fucking Christ. Every time.
He still keep a room.
Boy, sure could entertain.
Jesus.
Young or old, right?
Very crafty.
Charlotte Lewis says her brother was leaving a store in the Harambe neighborhood on Valentine's Day.
The Harambe
Security video-
neighborhood.
The Bonobo neighborhood.
On King Drive in the Harambe neighborhood. Damn.
Valentine's Day. Security video from the store shows Thurman walking down the neighborhood on Valentine's Day. Lewis says her brother was leaving a store in the Harambe neighborhood on Valentine's Day. Security video from the store shows Thurman walking down the sidewalk.
Why
Friday
they call it that?
The man walked up behind him and shot him in the head. We've paused the video before the shooting. A few seconds later, the shooter fell.
That nigga fell. Yo, think about how brazen this is. And like, think about what type of neighborhood this is, man. Where motherfucking old ass man walking off and shit, and you come behind him and smoke him and shit in broad daylight.
Like a Tom and
Down
Jerry
the sidewalk Friday afternoon
cartoon.
when a man walked up behind him and shot him in the head. We've paused the video before the shooting. A few seconds later, the shooter fell down, got up, and shot Thurman a second time.
Everywhere we went, everybody loved him. So to find out that he's murdered, I can't even digest it. This is a worse for loss because he's so loved.
Milwaukee police arrested a 38-year-old man connected to the shooting on Monday.
I need the person that's responsible to answer for what he done. He needs to know that Carl had family. You may not think so, but he had loved ones that care for him. He had children and grandchildren that loves him. Nieces and nephews, sisters and brothers that love him.
And though police didn't share a motive, his family desperately wants to know the reason someone took Thurman's life. In Milwaukee, Zoe Henry, WISN 12 News.
Right now at noon, the man accused of causing a crash that killed 4 children and a woman in Miami Gardens has been booked into jail.
Damn. Niggas just fucking the bane of society. Yo, I'm not using these. I'm not like, I didn't type in black criminals. I'm just going to the algorithm, man. Niggas are pestilence, man.
Maybe the
Right now at
algorithm is
noon, the man
racist.
accused of causing a crash that killed 4 children and a woman in Miami Gardens has been booked into jail in Miami-Dade.
4 children?
Leanne Motorhome is live in Miami.
And that's where the driver just appeared in court a little bit ago. Fill us in.
The judge referred to the defendant in this case as a danger to the community and ordered that he stay locked up.
Good morning, Mr. Wilcox.
Antonio Wilcox appeared before a bond court judge Wednesday, facing 4 counts of vehicular homicide and 4 counts of manslaughter.
Good morning, Mr. Wilcox. Sir, you were arrested pursuant to an arrest warrant.
The 25-year-old is said to be the driver responsible for this violent wreck in Miami Gardens last week that resulted in a family tragedy.
He was driving a vehicle that slammed into another car.
Wiped out a family.
Were located and killed them. 5 people are dead.
The crash happened February 8th. Police say Wilcox was driving 99 miles per hour when he slammed into a white car with the victims inside. It was crushed against the SUV and
99 miles per hour. What kind of street is this? This looks like a residential street. Well, it's a one-way, so it's probably like some ways between the lights. The lights probably 2 blocks, maybe a light every 2 blocks or something like that. He got up to 99. And this was just these niggas, man. God damn, you niggas are fucking the pestilence, man.
On February 8th, police say Wilcox was driving 99 miles per hour when he slammed into a white car with the victims inside. It was crushed against the SUV in front of them. 10-year-olds Ariana Johnson and Kamari Graham, 8-year-old Azariah McCall, and their grandmother Rosa Mary Jones died on impact. 13-year-old Kamira Graham died Saturday.
At the time of the filing of the information, 4 had been deceased. Since then, this weekend, another child has passed. We know that at least 2 people remain in critical condition.
The siblings' mother, Donica Johnson, and their 7-year-old friend Cyrus Rankin remain in the hospital.
There will be.
So the mother survives, and a friend, one of her children's friends survives. So all her kids died, and the only kid that survived is one of her kids' friends.
And her mother died too.
And her mother died. She lost her mother and all of her kids. And then she got to wake up and they're going to tell her, yeah, somebody else in the car survived. You like, who? One of your little kids' friends. Like, God damn, man.
Damn.
Like, what the fuck? Yo, these niggas are horrible to society, man. Look at what they just did to this motherfucking
This family. He don't even look hurt. In that mugshot, he looked like he, maybe a little hungover.
My God.
Saturday.
At the time of the filing of the information, 4 had been deceased. Since then, this weekend, another child has passed. We know that at least 2 people remain in critical condition.
The siblings' mother, Donica Johnson, and their 7-year-old friend Cyrus Rankin remain in the hospital.
There will be an amended information that will charge him with an additional count of vehicular homicide, as well as another count of manslaughter.
The judge ordering Wilcox to remain behind bars.
I believe that Mr. Wilcox poses a great danger to this community based on these charges alleged herein, and the fact that he killed 5 people driving. Well, he may not have been above the legal limit. He was inebriated or had alcohol in the system at the time. And I'm going to hold him no bond on counts 1 through 8.
Like, I would tell the hospital to just give me an overdose or something, because my life is over. Like, what am I living for? My mother's dead and all my children are dead. I would just tell them to give me an overdose of an injection.
Yeah, that was rough. That sister, man, I feel for that sister, man. I mean, like, oh my God, man. Like, I mean, Jesus. I mean, think about, I mean, she's probably waking up. She might have been like, because I guess the violence of the accident, she may have been in a coma or an induced coma or surgery or something like that. And she wakes up like, where my kids, where my mother? And it's like, does the nurse tell her, or do they just like, don't worry about it, lie to her? Like, you just everybody, like, how do you break that to her, man? It's like, damn, man, that's crazy.
But it does
Jeez.
also seem like there were 7 people in a 5-seater car too. So
Yeah, but still,
And new tonight, surveillance.
There'd have been 7 people getting out the car at their destination if it wasn't for that nigga.
yeah, true.
Shit. Fuck.
No, I'm just saying from kind of a seatbelt perspective. It's probably like
okay.
squeezed in the back, all the 5 children. So the seatbelts aren't really doing their job.
This never should have happened. This never should have happened. She was an innocent baby.
Another Milwaukee child is lost to gunfire. The victim this time was just 4 years old. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Natalie Shepard.
I'm Jessa Brycebeck, and we start tonight with family reaction to their devastating loss.
Police say that 4-year-old girl died after an incident involving a gun late last night in the city's Old North neighborhood. CBS 58's Catherine Merck spoke with the family about the young girl who lost her life.
Shout out to Oakview, man.
This sounds so weird.
Yeah.
Everybody is, of course, devastated. You don't expect something like this to happen to a 4-year-old.
Rashonda Parker says her family was looking to celebrate with her 4-year-old niece, Janadia Little. Instead, they will soon plan a funeral.
Her birthday is March 17th. She was turning 5, so she was so excited to plan her 5th birthday party. She wanted her little blue dress, her little blue shoes, just excited.
The young girl died at Children's Wisconsin from her injuries after a shooting close to 39th and Sheridan at nearly 10 o'clock on Monday night.
Keep firearms away from these innocent babies. This never should have happened.
While police investigate exactly what happened, the family says the girl was under the care of another family member when the child found a gun.
Could you imagine leaving your...
She found a gun.
4 years old?
Yeah, I listen. Yesterday we talked about that woman, that mother, who she intimidated her kids so much to the point where they didn't leave the house for 4 years. She was gone. She wasn't there. She just, drop food off every week and then leave. And they still wouldn't leave the house. 15, 13, 12, because she put the fear of God in that much. You got to put the fear of your kids is, yeah, I carry a gun, and yeah, I may drop it or I may leave it somewhere. But if you touch it, if you touch a gun in this house, if you look at a gun, if you see the gun lying down on the fucking ground and you look at it another time before you come and get me, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, like, that kid wasn't afraid. That kid wasn't told, wasn't guided. That kid wasn't told, hey man, don't you ever touch that goddamn gun. Don't you ever touch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy how, like, they don't guide their kids about simple stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's simple. Like, hey, whatever you afraid of me for, whatever you think the worst thing I'm going to do to you, that's what I'm going to do if you even look at that gun.
Correct.
That little girl picked that gun up and was playing with it. And you don't shoot yourself. You don't shoot yourself by looking at the gun or by picking it up. You playing with that motherfucker because it got to be pointed towards you. You know what I'm saying? You like fucking with it. She was playing with that gun for a minute and she wasn't guided, man. She wasn't guided not to. And then here's another thing. Oh, go ahead. I'm
So sorry to
I'll let
interrupt. I was going to say you're absolutely correct, but also I know tiny children are very interested in scenarios they're not in before. So someone else's house, they're so inquisitive. You know, they're always going into, oh, what's this? What's that?
I got you. And
Yeah.
here's the
So
thing.
there's just
I
that
got you.
element too.
I got you. But if you like are from that area, like that type of community, and you know that you may leave your kid with some nigga or some bitch who got a fucking baby daddy who live there, like you know they ain't leaving with no dude. So they left the girl with some bitch. And the bitch baby father or her boyfriend that she just met at the club 2 weeks ago, he left his gun on the nightstand or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you gotta prepare your kids for that. Don't touch no gun ever. You never touch a gun. You never touch it. And if you're somewhere and some kids touch a gun, you go get an adult. You immediately go get an adult.
Kid in the care of somebody to babysit them and knowing that you'll never see them again, it's tragedy. You know, it's
Yeah, and that woman who they left their kid with, and the kid died. Think about that. I mean, because with black people, it's weird. Like that woman, like that you left your kid with, and your kid found a gun. Her first instinct is, oh shit, my boyfriend, he gonna get in trouble. We gotta try to cover this up. Or we gotta try to make it seem like something else it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be tough for the investigators to figure out what happened. She trying to make sure that nigga get off. That nigga trying to make sure he get off. They not just like, oh my God, look what happened. I left my gun, I dropped it. The officer, I don't know, and she must have gotten it. No, they trying to like finagle some kind of situation that make make it look like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's the child's fault and shit.
At his friend's house. We don't know.
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking. It's devastating. That's how we feel.
We shouldn't have a situation where kids and guns are mixed like that.
At an event on Tuesday, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson called the deadly shooting a tragedy.
We've got to work to make sure that folks in this community know that when you've got guns in your homes, that they've got to be secure.
As for this grieving aunt, she wants to make sure other families don't have to face this same kind of loss.
She was definitely, absolutely loved. Keep these guns away from these children, you know, no matter what the situation is.
A 25-year-old and a 41-year-old were arrested in connection to the shooting. Anyone with information is asked.
Jesus Christ. I'm just fucking hitting the fucking algorithm, man.
12 News investigates, digging deeper into that deadly police shootout and the man who shot a police officer.
Our investigative team, the first to uncover the interaction the gunman had with police at a church the previous.
Let's try to get some people to take the challenge, man, to support the channel. Can we get a couple people to support the channel as we go into hour 4? We on here for 4 hours. You're getting 4 hours on a Friday night, man. Can we get some people to take the $7 challenge and support the channel, man?
I was surprised. I just got out the club just now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yo, yesterday episode was hilarious.
I forgot what happened yesterday.
About the transgenders.
Oh, yeah.
Shit was crazy.
Yeah, man, I can barely remember what happened at the beginning of this show. Yeah, man, I got to cut that up.
12 News investigates, digging deeper into that deadly police shootout and the man who shot a police officer.
Our investigative team, the first to uncover the interaction the gunman had with police at a church the previous day. That church is at 76th and Mill Road. Police say Isaiah Stott shot an officer Wednesday at 27th in Wisconsin before a fellow officer returned fire, killing Stott.
12 News' Nick Bohr is live at Evolve Church at 76th and Mill Road. Nick, one member of the security staff there believes Stott was having a mental health crisis.
Right. That was 1 week ago today that Isaiah Stott showed up here at Evolve Church here in Milwaukee, saying he was armed and needed to clear the church of demons. Police called here determined he was free to leave after speaking with him for a while, saying he didn't meet the standards for a mental health hold. But experts say cases like this are a tough call for police. A lunchtime panic at 27th and with
Look, it could be snow. Like, we're impervious to weather. You get no breaks. You can't be, the police can't be like, well, crime's gonna be down today because it's 12 inches of snow. Nah, niggas still gonna be out there active in 12 inches of snow.
Wisconsin last Wednesday as 24-year-old Isaiah.
Shout out to Douglas Chunks, man. Gifted all the memberships, man. We gotta go members only in honor of Douglas Chunks, man. So we get go ahead.
If you put gliders in a tropical setting, how do you think they would react?
Gliders in a tropical setting, man, you gonna have that's paradise, man. Paradise, man. This right here though, man. This is salute to my man Ramadan, man. Ramadan in the building. So shout out to you, bro. This is
What does it say?
What does it say?
His shirt.
Grateful for what I have. Grateful for what I have. Realist, fearless. I can't see the rest, but yeah, this is just.
Demons. Police called here determined he was free to leave after speaking with him for a while, saying he didn't meet the standards for.
So they had him in custody before he did this shit. This is what we're talking about, man. He has rights in this country. You got rights, man.
The previous day. That church is at 76th and Mill Road. Police say Isaiah Stott shot an officer Wednesday at 27th in Wisconsin before a fellow officer returned fire, killing Stott.
12 News' Nick Bohr is live at Evolve Church at 76th and Mill Road. Nick, one member of the security staff there believes Stott was having a mental health crisis.
Right. That was 1 week ago today that Isaiah Stott showed up here at Evolve Church here in Milwaukee, saying he was armed and needed to clear the church of demons. Police called here determined he was free to leave after speaking with him for a while, saying he didn't meet the standards for a mental health hold. But experts say cases like this are a tough call for police. A lunchtime panic at 27th and Wisconsin last Wednesday as 24-year-old Isaiah Stott opens fire on police, wounding an officer before MPD returns fire, killing him.
He continued to share that, God had been speaking to him.
Theron Rogers, a security team member for Evolve Church at 76th and Mill, confronted Stott there the day before.
He stated he needed to gain entry to the church because he needed to rid it of the evil and demons inside of it.
Rogers says Stott said he had a gun in his car and wanted to take it inside the church, then put on a mask and remove the plates from his car. Rogers called police.
He stated he was uncomfortable providing me his name due to his belief that the CIA and the government was listening in.
Police ultimately didn't detain Stott, saying he didn't meet the criteria for an involuntary mental health hold. So what would it take?
We are suspending someone's civil liberties. That can't be done lightly.
Though he couldn't comment on this specific situation, the head of Milwaukee County's Behavioral Health Division says it's a difficult call for police.
Is that a difficult standard to reach and maybe more difficult than most people would think it would be?
Yeah, it requires very imminent dangerousness to self or others. So some very obvious threat, some to either themselves, perhaps someone suicidal, or to harm another person.
He and Rogers agree it's a tough thing to second guess.
There is no perfect answer. I think, once again, reiterating being careful to with the hypotheticals and what else, because it'll drive us all crazy.
And Nick, police tell us they're reviewing their decision to let Stott leave the church on Tuesday, the day before the shooting.
Well, they wouldn't comment specifically on that, but the head of the county's behavioral health division did tell us that it is natural to take a look at past interactions when there is a bad outcome such as this. But he also said police and mental health workers are, of course, put in a tough situation and make the best decisions they can with the information they have at the time.
And 12 News Nick Bohr outside Evolve Church at 76th and Mill Road in Milwaukee.
Jeez.
Hey, this Sunman anchor, he kind of looks like Roland Martin.
We all looking like him.
He looks nothing like Roland Martin.
Remains hospitalized tonight, days after a traffic stop by Hammond police. It happened earlier this month. The suspect's family says the actions by officers were excessive and they want answers. News 2's David Hamilton has both sides of the story, and we want to warn you, some of the images in this video can be disturbing.
Alexis, 64-year-old Bobby McCaskey's family says that while he did have a criminal history, he did not deserve to be in the hospital after police attempted to arrest him. Police say it could have been avoided if McCaskey had not ran. On February 10th, Bobby McCaskey was stopped by Hammond PD during an evening traffic stop. Police say he was involved in a drug deal.
Upon coming into contact with him, he ran from the police. He was tased. He was found to have cocaine in his hand, as well as there was more cocaine located in the vehicle. Look, clear statement is, don't sell drugs in Hammond. Don't commit crimes, don't run from the police, and you don't have to worry about being tased.
According to Hammond police, the officer saw McCaskey reaching towards his waistline, so they deployed their taser. That's when McCaskey fell on asphalt. However, his family doesn't believe it. They say this is what he looks like now, still on a ventilator following an encounter with police more than a week ago.
He'll be all right.
He good.
God,
he'd be all right.
Yo, Trump done changed everything, man. He be all right.
Towards his waistline, so they deployed their taser. That's when McCaskey fell on asphalt. However, his family doesn't believe it. They say this is what he looks like now, still on a ventilator following an encounter with police more than a week ago.
I would like the body cam.
Black people be asking for shit like they public officials and shit. This just a random. This is wife. Like, yeah, you his wife. Don't get me wrong, but like anybody in the black community can do that. Like I'm with the coalition of neighborhoods fucking bullshit, and I demand answers.
I would ask her, have you seen any body cam footage? Do you know what's on these things?
Yeah, like, I mean, just like crazy, man. And look, if some niggas, some YNs he would have been wearing a Canada Goose coat, and some young niggas that came up and beat his ass and put him in that same condition, she would be up here by her goddamn self.
Taser.
Press one.
And the camera. I asked questions. I asked what happened. It's still on investigation.
Looking at his injuries, y'all can clearly say anybody fall, you're not going to have that. He's still spitting out teeth to this day. Yeah.
Hammond Police Chief Bergeron said he is certain McCaskey was not beat.
The false narrative that's being portrayed that our officers beat him. I mean, and some of them even said that there were several white officers that beat him. Not that this matters, but it was an African-American officer. He was a single officer on scene when he made contact.
Wow.
He's
Not that it matters.
He's standing on it.
It does matter. But here's the thing, though. That's crazy how they got their own there. It don't matter. It don't matter. They came up with their own narrative. And I guarantee the people that came with their own narrative weren't there. They just assume, it's a police brutality, or it's those white people that did it. And it's like, wow, that's so racist. You know what I'm saying? That's so racist.
Is that a sting operation act, or is just an accident that he happens
to meet those police officers.
What do you mean?
The reason why he interacted with the police is he caught during a by bus or something.
It happened earlier this month. The suspect's family says the actions by officers were excessive and they want answers. News 2's David Hamilton has both sides of the story, and we want to warn you, some of the images in this video can be disturbing.
Alexis, 64-year-old Bobby McCaskey's family says that while he did have a criminal history, he did not deserve to be in the hospital after police attempted to arrest him. Police say it could have been avoided if McCaskey had not ran. On February 10th, Bobby McCaskey was stopped by Hammond PD during an evening traffic stop. Police say he was involved in a drug deal.
Upon coming into contact with him, he ran from the police. He was.
Okay, so he got caught in
Sorry.
the act, man.
I just had to say, did the journalist newscaster say had he not ran?
He kind of deserved it because to be caught by these psychos, you deserve to get beaten.
How are they allowing bad grammar in news presentation? Had he not run? Had he not ran?
Yeah, this is a small city, man.
I know, but come on, there should be a stand. Anyway, dropping standards for sons, so.
Wow, yeah.
Is this New York?
Tased, he found
It's Baton Rouge.
it's being portrayed that our officers beat him. I mean, and some of them even said that there were several white officers that beat him. Not that
A
this
murder
matters,
capital.
but it was an African-American officer. He was a single officer on scene when he made contact and tased this individual.
Berger One also says McCaskey has a lengthy criminal history and that he chose to run from police. Family members say, though, he was not a violent man and doesn't deserve to be fighting for his life.
A crime or anything can justify these type of injuries or to use excessive force.
Police said there was another person in the car who took off running as well. It's unclear if they were caught or identified.
So another person ran. Damn.
Real quick, see if you could do this from Jersey. Paramus, New Jersey, car stolen. Hilarious.
All right. The Paramus.
Yeah, Bergen County.
Put it in the back check.
KPRC2 News
All right.
begins right now with breaking news.
Breaking right now at 4, a manhunt has just ended after University of Houston rape suspect Eric Brown was captured. KPRC2 broke this
Remember we
development.
did this the other week? Was this last week we were doing this?
Yeah, I think I remember this one.
Yeah,
He's the one with the two 18-year-olds and the 17-year-old.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
KPRC2 News begins right now with breaking news.
Breaking right now at 4, a manhunt has just ended after University of Houston rape suspect Eric Brown was captured. KPRC2 broke this development in the last hour. Our Bryce Newberry live on the UH campus with new details on how this arrest went down. Bryce, what else have you learned?
Yeah, Andy, we know that this arrest happened just before 3 o'clock this afternoon. And then the text that I got at 3:05, Eric Brown in custody. We've now learned that the arrest of him happened less than 4 miles from where we are here on the UH campus. I want to show you this photo that we just got into the newsroom. You can see Brown in custody. You can also see those clearly visible tattoos on his chest. And that's a key part that actually linked him to this case, because according to the records, the victim actually remembered those tattoos and then described and actually drew them for police to move forward with their investigation. We've also learned now that Metro PD made this arrest. Brown had been spotted on the light rail by a civilian, according to the district attorney's office. And then an officer who had been monitoring Metro's cameras also recognized him. So then officers quickly responded to that location. They were able to arrest him at the intersection of Texas Street and St. Emmanuel Street. And this really is ending days of fear fear and uncertainty here on the UH campus because Brown is accused of that violent rape and robbery at knife point in a UH parking garage back on February 7th. After being initially arrested, those charges got declined. His mistaken release from jail has been blamed on paperwork problems and communication issues between the district attorney's office and University of Houston police officers. So about 5 hours before his capture today, getting rearrested, law enforcement pleaded with the public for help finding Brown.
We are all hands on deck, making sure that when we catch this defendant, we are able to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. We have 3 first-degree felonies that he's charged with, each one of those punishable by life in prison.
And right now, we're still working to learn if anyone will be eligible for the reward money here in this case. Crime Stoppers was offering up to $5,000 for information leading to his arrest. And in light of this attack, as well as 3 other robberies since the start of February, this afternoon, there remains a pretty ramped up and visible police presence here on the UH campus. But again, a little bit of a sigh of relief for everyone in this community who has been on edge for several days since this happened. For now, we're live on the UH campus. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
As you said, certainly a major sigh of relief. Bryce, thank you. We alerted you to this up.
So that woke campus, I wonder how they feel when the nigga who was terrorized, it was a person who was terrorized, it was a black dude.
Well, they still let him out.
Yeah,
He's facing 3 life sentence charges and just a little paperwork error.
Yeah, man. Wow.
Trump administration continues to roll back deportation protections, and this time Haitians are in the crosshairs. Local 10's Cody Weddle joining us live now from Miami with reaction. Cody.
And Calvin, over the past month, the Trump administration has really rolled back protections for Venezuelan migrants and now turning their focus to Haitian migrants, announcing today that the renewal of temporary protected status that had been issued by the Biden administration would now be reversed. Now, temporary protected status has been in effect for Haitians since 2010. The Department of Homeland Security is saying in a statement that TPS has allowed Haitians who entered the country illegally to qualify then for legal status.
Salute to Spencer Vaughn.
What do these people get for defending the illegals in their community? Is this money? Is this a money grab?
Moral superiority.
I don't think it's moral superiority if you are not getting anything.
No, they're not getting. They don't get anything. They don't get that. What do you get for going and protesting for illegal? You don't get nothing. You get this. You get to say that you're a good person and that you're better than racist Trump supporters.
Over 500,000 Haitians.
Look at these women. These are white. These are lily white. This woman, her husband was a fucking banker and he retired. She's been a housewife all her life. She raised 5 kids and shit. This woman is fucking, you know what I'm saying, some fucking married woman, and this bitch is like, these are all just like a middle class or above white women that, you know, this is like part of their, you know, identity, that they're
Identity, exactly.
Eligible for TPS protections. Obviously, this will have a big impact here in South Florida. We heard from people in the Haitian community earlier this afternoon. Let's take a look at that. We heard from the Family Action Network. That's a group that advocates for migrant rights. And we also heard from other elected officials. They were denouncing this decision by the Trump administration. Take a listen.
I would keep this girl. I would let this girl stay, man, because she going back to eat dirt cookies and shit, man. I feel bad for her, man.
Take a listen.
It is absolutely heartbreaking that we're here today begging for the lives of
niggas back here cracking jokes. It don't seem like
I was going to say it's a conference. You've got a conversation and jokes in the bag.
Yeah, niggas is just they just can't get right, man.
absolutely heartbreaking that we're here today begging for the lives of Haitians here in the state of Florida, here in the United States, we know what the conditions on this island are, and they are absolutely inhumane. It is cruel that President Trump is deciding to send thousands and thousands
Yeah,
of
she's
Haitians.
still cracking jokes. And the lady looking back like, bitch, when you cut it out, bitch, we trying to present a fucking, this shit is serious. You back here cracking jokes and shit.
Well, for everyone who didn't know, now they know that Haiti is a shithole.
Know what the conditions on this island are, and
She
they
described it,
are
yeah.
absolutely inhumane. It is cruel that President Trump is deciding to send thousands and thousands of Haitians to certain death, because that is what they will be
So going
Certain
back,
death.
certain death. Yikes.
facing on that island.
So much
women with,
instability and violence in
It's
Haiti.
Trump's fault. Trump is killing them.
Yes.
Trump is killing them.
Let me tell this act. Without the pussy, without the breast, without the ass, women are really worthless. Low IQ to no IQ, no rationale, just a waste of breath, waste of air to breathe for us men. These people
Good
were.
God. Tell us how you really
Damn.
feel.
Damn.
Christ.
God. Oh.
I mean,
We are the master race.
am I lying? Am I lying? Am I lying?
I can't say that, man. Like, don't put me in on it. That's your statement, motherfucker. Try to make me co-sign that shit. I ain't co-signing that shit, man. That's your shit. You with that, and I respect you. You're able to say what you feel here, man. This is not goddamn, censorship. So that's how you feel, man. Good for you, man.
I mean, without women, you'd be the master race for one generation. But go ahead.
What I'm saying is, these women who says these kinds of stupid things like that, they are not even standing up for American. They're standing for fucking Haitians. Who cares about Haitians? Fuck those people.
Hey, okay, we get it. We get it.
Care about your fellow Americans, not foreigners.
We get it. We get it, man. We get it. But just know my mother did it the legal way, so fuck off.
Haiti's got it rough. They're victims.
Yeah.
Now we don't. Nah, I wouldn't say they got it rough. Haiti's his own demise. So they had it free. You have to fix your own backyard. So they're not victims. You had it free for that long. You have to fix it. Take care of it. And the only time it was good, unfortunately, when the dictator was there.
And get this part. All these people have made money in America. They're in the best position to go back and help, to try to fix it.
Exactly.
But they don't want to do that.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to.
Exactly. Yep.
When you say KB, they don't want to do that. They really do they have the capacity, the brains?
No.
Let's hear from some of these Haitians, man.
Right now at 6, South Florida's Haitian American community is
They
urging
could at least
the
try.
U.S. government to reconsider the decision to remove temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of people. Without TPS, more than 500,000 Haitians would be at risk of deportation. Good evening, I'm Elliot Rodriguez.
And I'm Lauren Pastrana. Thank you for joining us. CBS News Miami's Yvonne Taylor joins us live now from Little Haiti. And Yvonne, activists insist that going back to Haiti is not a safe option for many families.
That's what we heard from everybody here, Elliot and Lauren. In fact, I talked to a girl right here who told me, I want my face to be seen. I don't care about giving you my name because I have nothing to hide. I'm not a criminal. But the reality is that in 6 months, she could be deported. And that is one of the reasons why they are going to file a lawsuit against the Trump administration.
I am a TPS recipient and I am legal.
That is how 25-year-old Tasha feels 24 hours after the Trump administration announced it's rolling back the 18-month protection of TPS for her and at least 500,000 other Haitians in the U.S.
Which is sending us Haitians back home would mean sending us to a non-livable country.
Friday morning at a press
Damn.
conference in Little Haiti, the unsafe conditions of
Damn.
were mentioned by several
Unbelievable
speakers,
country.
while
So
other
basically
people
a shit
called on
show.
silence. Do not divide our family.
To send them back to a country still grappling with the aftermath of a devastating earthquake, political unrest, and
And
economic
that earthquake
hardship.
happened like 20 years ago.
I told you
At
that's horse
least a
shit.
decade ago. So.
Michael
I told
Jackson
you.
is Michael
I told
Jackson
Happens
you.
every couple of years.
during that time, right?
I told you that's horse shit. They just don't want to. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to govern. They don't know how to govern.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
they
like
don't
I
know how to.
said, we're our own enemies because Poland has been through shit. Look at they got their shit together. So I don't want to hear it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Poland got leveled.
everywhere goes through.
Conquered. They've been conquered. They've been conquered by Germany. They were almost conquered by Soviet Union, but they still got their shit together. Haiti look. I'm Haitian. I'm proud of it. But at the end of the day, your own demise. You can't blame nobody but yourself.
But Mark, you can't be
Is
proud
those
Asian if you're in the US. I mean,
I just
you
told
are
you. I
not
just
proud.
told you. No, I just told you. My mother
You are an
came
American.
here, brother. Brother,
What's
relax.
your
I'm
passport
telling.
color?
You
I'm
can
Are you
be
telling you.
are
proud
you
of
I'm
your
telling.
ancestry.
I'm
are
telling
you holding
you.
a US
My
passport or
mother.
Asian passport?
My mother is 84 years old. She survived a dictator. So you don't know the shit she been through. She saw it. She was smart enough to know, I got to get the fuck out of here. And that's what she did.
I'm
And she
not
did it the
disrespecting
legal
you and
way.
your mother. What I'm saying is you are an American. You are not Haitian. Stop saying
Yeah, yeah.
about
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no,
But
no.
it's
Of
fine
course,
to like your
I am.
ancestry.
Yeah, I am American first. But I'm also, my heritage is Haitian. Yeah.
Exactly. It's fine to like your ancestry and still say I'm American, but I like my Haitian ancestry.
you like it so much that you left, that your mom
It's
left,
not
right?
about leaving. It's just saying you like your ancestry. It's
Shit,
the
I'm
same thing
happy
we're
she
telling.
left.
It's the same thing we're telling gliders to say, like, be proud of your ancestry. Stop capitulating to other ethnics. Like, be proud of being white.
And also, you can't really compare Polish people to Haitians. I mean, it's impossible.
I'm not comparing that. I'm saying Poland has gone through some stuff, yet they don't complain.
But you see their people, right? You see them physically. You
I
see
know.
how
So
they
I
look.
know they've been through some stuff from Germany to Russia. So if they
No,
could
what
get
I'm
their
saying,
shit together, why can't
what I'm
we?
saying is you see them, their physical attributes. You can see them, what they do, what they're doing with their country, what they've done. Even though you said they had those catastrophes, being invaded, um, pulverized, and then they still are able to pick themselves up because you can see who they are and what they are. Right? It's not a one-to-one, apples to apples comparison.
DNA.
Yeah.
humane and unjust.
About the decision to roll back TPS for Haiti, Homeland Security said through a statement, for decades the TPS system has been exploited and abused. For example, Haiti has been designated for TPS since 2010. The data shows each extension of the country's TPS designation allowed more Haitian nationals, even those who enter the U.S. illegally, to qualify for legal protected status.
You look at the document that they submitted yesterday to talk about why they're shortening the time period for Haiti. There is not one word in there, not one word about the conditions in Haiti. And that's what temporary protected status is about.
Immigration attorney Ira Kurzban said that was one of the
Just for
reasons the Haitian community would sue the Trump administration.
You can't find those millions of people who are criminals. It's taking legal people who have legal status here, taking it away from them so he can fulfill his promise.
Once we get to August of 2025, what's going to happen to you?
I don't know. I don't know. There's no other solution, and I'm not looking for other solution. It would mean
No
for me to go
solutions.
back home.
So Haitian activists said here today that as many as, listen to this, 520,000 Haitians, the exact figure, which means more than 500,000, are covered on
Yeah,
Ah,
man.
can we guess if Ira Kurzban is Jewish or not? I'm gonna give you 1 second.
Who that guy right there?
Is he Jewish or not?
You are looking at Paramus PD
If who's
dash cam
Jewish?
video.
That lawyer in front of the
Ira.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, Irish Jewish. Yeah, definitely.
You are looking at Paramus PD dash cam
Look-
video recorded
look at
at
this,
around
Ox.
3 o'clock Sunday morning. One teenager after another who hopped out of a
Right.
stolen white Mercedes-Benz SUV and over a guardrail.
Yeah, what a volatile situation. What a chaotic situation. You've been chasing them for like, you know what I'm saying, through counties and
It's
shit.
Just
and then-
absurd.
It's like a bunch of monkeys, honestly.
Along the Garden State Parkway in Clifton as they tried
Gotta
to escape
collar 'em.
several Paramus cops. This after police say the driver rammed not one but 2 police PD vehicles while trying to get away. None of it worked.
We've heard about it.
This is not a new trend. Paramus residents know all too well how often thieves try to steal vehicles here and in other northern New Jersey suburbs. In fact, we rode along with the Paramus PD for Pix 11 Community Close-Up last November, when residential auto thefts were trending downward for 2024. But criminals do not take a winter break, and police officials say they've already logged 8 stolen vehicles in Paramus this year since January 1st.
I know in past this has been a area close to the Parkway here where we've seen some car thefts.
By all accounts, this is a little slice of suburban paradise, one of many quiet blocks here in Bergen County. But what this mic isn't picking up is the low hum of highway noise just off the tree line. And thieves are using major highways to their advantage, in and out of a neighborhood in a matter of minutes, often leaving with someone's luxury vehicle.
There was nowhere to hide that night. I mean, the car was completely surrounded.
The suspects, all 19 years old or younger, all of them from Newark. The 2 youngest, just 14 and 16 years old.
So they're hunting. These are this
That's
upscale
30
suburb is their hunting ground.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes away from Newark. And it's funny because Patterson, they don't really steal cars over there, but it's rough. But Newark cats come up there. It's 30 minutes away. Fly through the Garden State Parkway. You're there.
19 years old or younger, all of them from Newark. The 2 youngest, just 14 and 16 years old.
A lot of these car theft crews do operate out of Newark.
Paramus PD Lieutenant Elliot Cologne's squad noticed the teens driving the tinted Benz extraordinarily slow in Paramus and ran the plates. When the police tried to pull over the vehicle, the teens bolted.
Some of them are very good drivers. You would think, 14, 15, as soon as he gets into a high-end Mercedes or BMW, he's going to crash. He's not going to be used to doing 120 miles an hour, 130 miles an hour. You'd be surprised. Like, these kids learn to drive very quickly at a young age and very well.
The same cannot be said for their success rate getting away on foot. All 5 teens were chased down, taken into custody, and now face various criminal charges, including aggravated assault, receiving stolen property, and resisting arrest.
Can I suggest a theft prevention, going to manual cars instead of automatic? It may just help a bit.
I mean, that city has been having that for years, man. We're known for that. I think it was us in London for a minute.
Yeah, but America obviously lives in automatic mode. But because we've Ak has played a theft attempt before where the man was at the petrol station, had a manual car, and the thief got into it and then got out because he couldn't drive it.
I'm gonna give this woman right here some credit. She steals the old-fashioned way. She doesn't steal the way that they do now with the smash and grab. So I actually want to thank this woman for being,
keeping the tradition.
Yeah.
For a shoplifter, and as you can see, she looks extra happy. I mean, who doesn't love free, delicious beverages? So she's gonna make her way down that middle aisle with her completely empty thief bag. Yep, there's no form of payment in that bad boy. So,
well, yeah, man. Let's just. Looking back to see where he at, She probably would have been good if she would have just walked out there, try to act like she's shopping and shit. Like they don't see you. Soon as your black ass walked in there, they knew you was gonna be a problem. They looking at you.
I'm aware of the cameras all around the store.
Now you know what's getting her? That mirror, that circular mirror that kind of lean down. You can see everything. That
There's
won't
a
let you
camera
glance
behind
in that. Yeah, she went and got another one. She out here, and then look, she just going.
Thirsty. I mean, maybe it's hot outside. She's thirsty.
It is thirsty, man. She just wanted to get some. And I'm sure those are bottles of juice for her kids, man. Cans of juice.
Some milk or something.
Yeah, cans of milk, big ass cans of evaporated milk and shit. Look at this guy. Look at her. She's
so happy.
She's happy as fuck.
No, she going to the bathroom. She playing it all. She playing it all. She started walking towards the door, and he walked behind her. And then she trying to like, hey man, go in there, fix the bathroom so I can walk out.
Okay.
And he like tell her, nah, you pay for them shits. All right.
All right, bye.
Pay for what? I only
Crazy.
You know, you gotta get her before she get in the car, man. Man, your DA ain't prosecuting this, man. What the fuck you talking? What the fuck you gonna do, man?
Look at him go.
It's the most exercise he got in 1 week.
Jesus
Away
Christ.
from the counter.
And you know what? There was someone in the passenger side, so it's almost like let me just get in and go get some alcohol.
Yeah, exactly. What you want? What you drinking on today? Taking orders and shit. That's crazy, man. But yeah, man. Any final thoughts, guys?
Hey, it's Billy gonna be nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been watching them at
Something
Rutgers.
negative going on, just check the noses of the people in front, and you know who's behind it.
God bless the sun, man.
Same black time, same black channel. I'm out of here. So